Rugby League. Have a look at the hill. It's 17 degrees, feels like 14. Yeah, a little bit cool. Breeze, light one coming from the west. And the last bit of information I'll give you is that the Cowboys won the toss and they'll be running towards the Wollongong end. So the Wollongong end will be defended by the Tigers in the first half.
Good to know that they're heading towards Wollongong, Gibbsy. Thank you. You're just looking in that 2005 lineup. Pat Richards, Daniel Fitzhenry there. Of course, Robbie Farah is there as well. Good to see him back at Leichhardt. Liam Fulton as well.
Shane Alford,
yeah.
Matawira.
And of course, we've got the guys like Chris Hyington and Brett Hodgson who are involved. Brett Hodgson who are involved as well as part of Benji Marshall's coaching staff as well. So a really big occasion for the West Tigers this afternoon. They played each other once earlier in this season up in Townsville. That ended 32 points to 28. The Cowboys defeated the West Tigers on that occasion, but it's a little bit different at the moment. The Cowboys, 3 losses in a row. The Tigers, as we've touched on, they've got 6 points in their last 3 weeks, but of course one of those was a bye, so they are looking for 3 straight wins. The North Queensland Cowboys only have 1 more game left after this. That is at home to Brisbane. They have a bye in the last round. Ruben Cotter leads the North Queensland Cowboys out. He's wearing the socks of his junior rugby league club, the Serena Crocs. Great to see the green socks on Ruben Cotter for country footy round. Their fullback is Scott Drinkwater, wingers Semi Valamai and Braden Burns, centres Jackson Purdue and Viliami Vailea, the halves Jake Clifford and Tom Tidd, Jordan McLean and Jason Tamalolo in the front row, Reece Robson is the hooker, John Bateman and Jeremiah Nene are the second rowers, Ruben Cotter is the lock forward, Carl Lawton, Harrison Edwards, Zach Labour and Tom McKaylee playing against his former club on the bench. Clay O'Donnell is their 18th man in jumper number 18. They are wearing their predominantly white jersey with navy and navy shorts, and I said the Serena Crocs socks for country footy round. They're bright green, almost Canberra Raiders style socks. Here is game number 150 man Jerome Luai leading out the West Tigers. Their fullback Jareen Buller, their wingers Sunia Taruva and Gerald Skelton. The centres are Taylor May in 3 and Brent Naden in 19. Stafford Toa failing to overcome a shoulder injury suffered in last week's win over Manly. The halves Jerome Luai and Adam Dewey, Terrell May and Whenua Bole are the front rowers. Aki Broystow is their hooker. Samuela Fainu and Sione Fainu are in the second row. Alex Twile is the lock forward. Latu Fainu, Royce Hunt, Charlie Murray and Tony Sukkar are the bench players. And the West Tigers are wearing an orange throwback jersey for Heritage Round, paying tribute to that 2005 side with some black trim around the sides, the white shorts and the black and orange socks. They'll be defending the southern end, the Wollongong end of Leichhardt Oval, thanks John Gibbs, the Keith Barnes stand end, and the North Queensland Cowboys will be kicking off, running from left to right as you look at your radio dial. Text messages welcome 0467 920 222. Peter Goff in the green gets us underway. Liam Kennedy and Ziggy Chiklasa Adamski are the touch judges, and Chris Butler is in the bunker, and it is the West Tigers with first use of the football heading away from that southern end. They play the ball 15 away through Terrell May, and they go to the open side right. Second play 20 away from their own line. Getting up and playing the ball is Bole. They continue to the right-hand side of the field now. Sione Fainu has it 21 away from his goal line as the North Queensland Cowboys look to muscle up in defence. Royce out of dummy half goes right for Alex Twile. He has it 30 away from his own line and 20 in from that packed eastern hill here at Leichhardt Oval. They spin it to the left-hand side now, and it ends up with Samuela Fainu about 13 away from the halfway line. The final play of the first set for the West Tigers. So Tui will kick from about 35 away from his own line. It's a deep kick down to the left wing. It'll be taken by Braden Burns, who returns it about 30 metres out from his own goal line. And centre field, he's brought to ground by a couple of Tigers, including Samuela Fainu and also Alex Twile. They go short on the left-hand side. Good defence here from the Tigers, just holding up in the tackle. They get a round of applause as well from the faithful here at Leichhardt. They come open side right, one off the ruck, and Jeremiah Nene about 9 metres short of the halfway line in centre field. They'll continue to the right. Jason Tamalolo, strong run at first receiver, inside West Tigers territory by about 3 metres. They continue to the right. Jordan McLean gets away, but didn't dummies himself, tries to get away through, but the gap closes. Samuela Fainu and Jerome Luai in game 150. Final play, so Clifford will kick from just inside 30 metres away from the Tigers line. It's batted back by Semi Valamai, still the last. Dearden picks it up, they go to the left, it's touched by the Tigers now. Drinkwater picks it up and they'll get a full set here. Ruben Cotter will take the tackle 26 metres away from the Tigers line in centre field. They got the ball back, it wasn't touched, and then the pass was knocked down. So they go to the left-hand side. Taumalolo has it about 18 metres away from the West Tigers line, 20 in from the eastern touchline. He plays the ball, they come open right, Dearden dummies left and comes back right. Drinkwater continuing towards the posts, they bring him down 5 away. Drinkwater will slowly get up and play the ball for Robson at dummy half. He goes to the left, Jordan McLean close to the line. He's brought to ground only 2 metres away. The Tigers goal line defence has to work hard here. Robson out of dummy half, right for Dearden. Now Drinkwater, covering through. Samuela Fine who gets a leg in front of it. He's played at it. Drinkwater dives on it. Another set here for the Cowboys. I'll get to Luke Lewis in just a moment, but the Cowboys are continuing to attack the line. They have the ball through Ruben Cotter. He takes the tackle about 8 away from the Tigers line, right in front of those sticks at the southern end of Leichhardt. A little bit of grey around, not too bad though. No score still. Cowboys Tigers. McLean goes left, links up with his front row partner Jason Taumalolo. He's a metre away from the line, looks for an offload, opts against it, takes the tackle to away. Robson's at dummy half, he looks left and he goes left. Waiting for it is Clifford. Short ball, Jeremiah Nene scores! They've had 3 repeat sets at the Tigers line, the Cowboys, and Jeremiah Nene goes over for his 9th of the season. The Cowboys draw first blood after 3.5 minutes with a kick to come.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've turned out to play the Cowboys. You could see it in their warm-up as well. They were full of energy. They were looking really, really sharp in their warm-up, and right from the start here, when they get the ball after a good defensive set, they go upfield to get a couple of repeat sets, and that hole where Jeremiah Nene just went through, it was there probably 2 or 3 times in the last couple of sets, and a really nice line. Little overs on the outside shoulder there of Adam Dewey. He slips off the tackle, and that's a beautiful bit of play there from the North Queensland Cowboys. Jeremiah Nene, geez, he loves to score a try. He can catch high balls, he can run great holes, and this time just scores a simple try on a nice little outline.
He's already got 2 doubles against the Tigers. He scored against them in round 13 as well, and that was a really good short ball close to the line from Clifford. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, it was indeed. They handled that really well. They kept getting the 6 again. They were a little bit dubious, but they did play them, so it was a short ball for Clifford. Nene on the edge. He's a good edge runner. You reckon he likes scoring tries against the Tigers? He's got 9 now from 8 games and counting.
Yeah, it's his best record against any other NRL club. Thanks, Gibbsy. Drinkwater from 10 metres in from the eastern touchline. Moves in, strikes this one. The touch judges watch it go across the face. He is unable to add the extra, so it remains 4 points to 0. The Cowboys leading the Tigers. We've had just under 5 minutes of play. 0467 920 222. G'day to the Jerrawangla boys listening to Sunday afternoon call on the road from West Wyalong. It's Jekavacious from Breadboat, crossing my fingers that the Tigers can make the 8. It'd be a miracle. Hi team, happy footy calling. Hopefully it's a great game. Otherwise the Hallmarks. Yes, thank you. Go Tigers. For my sister, says Gaz in Liverpool. Louis and the best NRL grandstand commentary team. Tigers will trash the Cowboys 3 in a row. Benji Marshall is a great coach. It might be 40-0, says Stuart from Aspen. Thank you for your text message. As the Cowboys have the ball first after points, 15 away from their own goal line. 20 in from the western touchline. McLean gets up and plays it. And they continue to the left where Semi Valamai goes on a run. And he's met in a strong tackle. Fanua Bolle coming over the top for the Tigers to help out Api Karoyas out. Playing it 20 away from their own line. The Cowboys already leading 4 points to 0, thanks to that try to Jeremiah Nene, and that's a strong tackle, putting Ruben Cotter on his back. He has it 29 away from his line. Robson goes short right-hand side. Oh, listen to the boost for John Bateman against his former club. They absolutely love to welcome the back here to the Tigers. John Bateman, after that, ended in disappointment at the end of last year through injury, and he went back to the UK on loan as well, but he's back here at Leichhardt for the first time. Left-hand side from the next play goes Taumalolo. 8 metres inside Tigers territory. Cowboys leading 4-0. Final play, Clifford puts up a high kick, and it's taken really well under pressure there by Taruba. 11 away from his own goal line, with the Tigers trailing 4-0 after 6.
Well, they'll be cheering here, the West Tigers, just to get a little bit of a break. They've been defending pretty much this whole opening 6 minutes. Last time they had this opportunity was right from the kickoff. So important now they get back into a bit of rhythm. They get the ball deep down into the other end of the field and start turning up with their attitude and defence.
Jarrell Skelton takes it over the 20-metre line, and then this is a good run run after the next play there by Xiaomi Mi, taking it to within 12 of halfway. They come to the left. Luai dummies, goes himself. Takes the tackle 5 short of halfway. Final play for the Tigers. Croysau dummy half right for Tilly to kick downfield. It's a deep one, but Scott Drinkwater fair dinkum doesn't have to move, and he takes it on his chest 11 away from the line. He plays a long ball back on the inside to Braden Burns, who dummies, then goes himself and takes the tackle 27 away. Cowboys 4, Tigers 0. John Gibbs, Luke Lewis, Glenn Lauder on ABC Sport. Dearden has the ball, gets it away to Valamai, and he takes the tackle about 8 short of the halfway line, centre field. 0467 920 222. Robson gets out of dummy half. Short right, he goes for Jordan McLean, I beg your pardon, 5 metres inside Tigers territory. Rodson continues out of dummy half right for Dearden, and then Dearden gets it away to Vilea, who's wrapped up in a good tackle by Luai and also Taylor May. They play the ball 35 away from the Tigers line. Left Taumalolo through their hands. Clifford Drinkwater numbers Braden Burns. He goes down towards the touchline, 20 away from the line, but the Tigers scramble well and bring Burns down about a metre inside that eastern touchline. So they have to come open side right. Clifford will kick towards the corner, and really good takeover there on the far side under pressure from Ruben Cotter. That was excellent work from the Tigers. Jareem Buller coming up trumps there to deny the Cowboys as they were looking dangerous. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Ball left and right. They're looking really good. And there's the Tigers chant going up. This is a great sight. That Western Hill area under the Wayne Pierce, on the Wayne Pierce Hill is magnificent. Jareem Buller, fantastic take. Here's a chance.
Yeah, they come to the left here, the Tigers, and Samuel Afinu opts to take the tackle 35 away from his own goal line. The Tigers trailing 4 points to 0 after 8. They come left, and Luai puts Taylor May almost through a gap, but the Cowboys close it quickly. He's 5 inside Cowboys territory, last tackle. They go short left. Luai puts the high kick up. Drinkwater has much more to do here, but he has his pocket picked by Jareem Buller. Gets the ball away to Adam Dewey. Still the final play, and Adam Dewey will take the tackle 8 metres away from the Cowboys line. Well, Drinkwater had to work hard for that one, and Jareem Buller did really well to take the catch in front of the Cowboys fullback.
Yeah, well, that's the basketball skills in Jareem Buller there. Comes up with a beautiful take out of his own end. A really good chase there on that kick from Jerome Luai, and a beautiful take there, and kept the ball alive. As the most dangerous the Tigers have looked so far.
Cowboys 4, Tigers 0, 8.5 gone, and Braden Burns is met in a strong tackle there. Sione Fainu and Fanua Bole stopping him 18 away. Reece Robson goes out of dummy half and then gets it away to the try scorer Nanai, who continues to the left-hand side and scooting through his Purdue. He's over the 40 halfway. He's only got Buller to beat. Jackson Purdue on the inside. He's got Reece Robson backing up. But what a great tackle there to stop him. Jerome Luai on the inside. Robson looked like he was away after Purdue to split the Tigers. They come to the right now. They've got the numbers if they can use them. Valamai towards the corner. Goes underneath the winger and scores the try. Sammy Valamai, after a beautiful run straight down the middle of Leichhardt Oval by Jackson Purdue. On the subsequent play, they spin it to the right-hand side. Valamai scores in the corner. The first try of the season in just his 3rd game this year, and they're out by 8 with 9.5 gone, kick to come.
How good is Jackson Purdue? Seriously, on that left edge, he's only a young kid playing some good footy, and he comes up with a really good carry here. Nice footwork, gets in the backfield. I thought he was actually going to take Jareem Buller wrong with his speed. He's very quick, but he opted to come back infield and a nice little short ball, and then a quick play the ball, clean play the ball by the North Queensland side, and a really nice shift over to this right edge, and the quick hands there from Velamay, and he goes over, scores as easy as you like, and nice try.
Yeah, he's been behind Robert Derby for most of the season, but obviously...
I was going to say, sorry to cut you off, but I reckon the feel of this game feels like there's going to be 1,000 points at the moment. There's so many... I'm looking at the amount of metres that North Queensland are making. It's actually scary for the West Tigers.
So you're a crookie yesterday and you saw it firsthand. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, it's a bit of a problem that they're making so much ground for Jackson Purdue, because they came up with a good kick. Jareem Buller, they had him pinned down at the other end, but Purdue, with that great run, has set up a try there, ultimately scored by Valamay.
Drinkwater's about 4 metres in from the western touchline. Moves in and gets it. I thought he might have hit the post there, but it just stayed in that right hand upright. Great kick from Drinkwater. 10 points to 0. Around the grounds, New South Wales Cup second half. Seagulls 22 leading the Bears 6 at North Sydney Oval. Queensland Cup half-time tweet. Seagulls leading Northern Pride 22-10 after earlier the Dolphins beat the Blackhawks 36-10. AFLW fourth quarter, Essendon 25, West Coast 20. Third quarter, Geelong 23, Adelaide 16. Second quarter, AFL Freo 51 leading the Western Bulldogs 32 after a win for GWS over St Kilda. 0467 920 222 is John Bateman from the UK, says Dave Watandra. Yes, he is. Long career with Bradford. Thank you, Dave, as the kick goes all the way down towards that northwestern corner, and Jordan McLean will bring it back for the North Queensland Cowboys about 9 metres away from his own line. They come open side left, and Cotter spins it. They've got numbers again. Jackson Purdue looking dangerous. This time he can't make it through the Tigers line. He plays it 21 away. They come back right. One off the ruck goes Braden Burns. He's 32 away from his line. 20 in from the eastern touchline. They stay short through Nane, and he's tackled by Dewey and a couple of others, including Karoyasau, and loses the ball. Really good pressure there from the West Tigers to force the ball loose. Jeremiah Nene with the error, and the Tigers will get a scrum feed 5 metres inside Cowboys territory, and really, arguably, the best field position they've had so far, Louis.
Yeah, well, they needed that. They needed just watching the replay of Jeremiah Nene getting up. It gets a little bit of a little friendly shove, nothing too crazy. I'm happy to get to go with the referee on that call, but this is their best opportunity. But they've got to turn this into put some points, or at least a repeat set here, and keep the pressure on the Cowboys.
10-0. We've had 12. Tigers win the scrum, 10 inside Cowboys territory. They come left through Terrell May, and he takes the tackle about Taylor May, I beg your pardon, 30 metres away from the Cowboys line. Open side, right they go, and now here is big Terrell May taking the tackle in centre field, 30 away from the line, getting up and playing it for Karoyasau. Comes to the right, Dewey. He's thought about passing, goes himself through a gap as well, almost had a Dewey through. Good defending by Drinkwater to stop him. Now Karoyasau scoots out of dummy half. They get 6 again, the markers weren't square. They can start this set only 4 away from the Cowboys line. Karoyasau gets up and plays it. They come left. Alex Twal goes towards the post. He's brought to ground about 7 metres away in centre field. Trailing by 10, the Tigers attacking the line. Karoyasau dummy half right, Dewey. Back on the inside, Sione Fainu. He's 5 away. Cowboys doing a lot of defending here. Karoyasau, dummy half left, Dewey. Luai, numbers, Samuela Fainu close to the line. Scrambling defence again by the Cowboys. Bateman involved. Samuela plays it. Terrell May finds himself at dummy half. It's an ugly pass out to Alex Twal. I don't think he was expecting that. Alex Twal is 8 away from the line. It's the final play for the Tigers. They go right for Dewey. Short towards the line, Brent Naden, and he's held in the tackle. A pretty disappointing end to that set for the Tigers after getting 6 again. So close to the line. The Cowboys lead 10-0 after 13 and a half.
Yeah, not bad attack there from the West Tigers. Good scramble defence there from the Cowboys to hold him out. There was a little bit of space over on this left edge there for the Tigers. They just couldn't get across the line, but put that down. Just probably the freshness of the Cowboys just having a little bit more ball in their hand.
So they have to work it out of their own red zone here. The Cowboys, they play it through Purdue. Open side right they go, and trying to find a way through with a bit of leg speed and a couple of post-contact meters there is Xiaomi Mi. Now they go to the left-hand side. Taumalolo, there's drama here.
Yeah, that's
Adam Dewey's been whacked as Taumalolo flies through, almost like Tuolungi on Sam Walker last night. Dewey's in all sorts of trouble, Louis. Let's go down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, he took off there to big Jason Taumalolo, and he's got his head in the wrong place, and I said straight away, gone. So I don't think Adam Dewey will be back for the rest of the match, and that is going to be a devastating blow because he's already looked sharp in this first half for the West Tigers, but he tried to tackle a rampaging Taumalolo, and he's come off second best. That'll be the end of the day for him.
Taumalolo's knee straight into the head there, Louis.
Yeah, Taumalolo's been damaging. He's had 3 or 4 really strong carries, and he's got a lot of aggression in his carries, which is good for North Queensland. Adam Dewey actually gets his head in the wrong position. He should have put his right shoulder into the position of had his head on the other side, but he gets his head down low and then sort of gets a knee from Taumalolo, accidental knee, right on the jaw. But the way that he's rolling around doesn't look like he got concussed. It looks like he's rolling around like he's got some type injury. So, fingers crossed for the Tigers is okay, but I'm with Gibbsy. I don't think we'll see him again to Savo.
There's 3 trainers still around him. Latu Fanu is coming on the field, but Adam Dewey is still on the deck. And Jason Taumalolo, through these first 14 minutes, has looked really damaging. It's only his 3rd game back after so long out with that calf injury. And Ray in Caloundra on the text line 0467920222 says, aren't the Cowboys a better side with a big JT playing well, full of hard running? You're exactly right, Ray, and he's looked really strong so far this afternoon. But there are really worrying signs here for Adam Dewey, who has scored in the last 2 games for the West Tigers. He's been a really big part of their attack since Lachlan Galvin left. He obviously played a lot at centre and then lock, but the combination that he started to build with Jerome Luai over the last couple of weeks has looked really impressive. Obviously, Latu Fanu is coming on. Their 18th man, if they have to use him, is Heath Mason. They obviously need to wait for another HIA before that happens, but they do have some half support there, Louis.
Yeah, well, Latu Fanu, he's Fanu, sorry, I should say. He got it. He's a good little player, but they are going to miss Adam Dewey. He's been absolutely brilliant in the last couple of weeks playing in that number 7 jersey, and he has been threatening here so far this afternoon with his running game. So that's a massive loss for him. He's walking off. He's not getting carried off, which is good, and but he's looking a lot worse for wear. So he's definitely done for the Arvo. Yeah,
it's really good that he's walking off under his own steam, but he's looking really, really groggy. Latu Fanu got through big minutes last week against Manly and looked pretty impressive as well. 52 minutes off the bench. So, there shouldn't be any drama about Latu Fanu playing the rest of this match with only 15 gone in the first half, with the North Queensland Cowboys leading 10 points to 0. Semi Valamai and Jeremiah Hane scoring the tries, and Scott Drinkwater 1 from 2. And now you can hear the applause from the West Tigers fans as Adam Dewey makes his way very gingerly up the Leichhardt Oval tunnel, and play will restart 35 metres away from the Cowboys goal line. They go open side right and kick straight away down to Jareen Buller, who takes it 24 away from his line, returns it up over the 30, with the Cowboys leading 10 points to 0 after 14 and a half on ABC Sport with John Gibbs, Luke Lewis and Glenn Lauder. Wherever you're listening on ABC Local Radio, ABC Sport Digital, or right around the world on the Listen App, give us a text 0467 920 222. The Tigers have the ball a metre inside Cowboys territory. Getting up and playing it is Skelton. Left-hand side, one off the ruck goes Fanua Bolle. And Bolle takes it about 11 metres inside Cowboys territory, centre field. Karoyas out dummy half. Lefty goes for Luai, and then back on the inside for Samuela Finu. It's the final play. They're 32 metres away from the Cowboys line, looking for their first points. It goes to Latu Finu. He kicks back towards the post, and Braden Burns comes forward. Takes it well, but also takes the hit by Alex Quayle coming through, who timed the hit beautifully, allowed Braden Burns to hit the ground with his feet, and then absolutely whacked him as the Cowboys come away from their own end, about 10 metres away through Drinkwater. They continue open side right. Valamaya has it 20 metres away from his own goal line. The Tigers will be looking to force a mistake down here and see if they can get on the board, trailing 10-0. Here's Taumalolo again. He does lose the ball. The Tigers force the error. Bolle comes up with it. He just had a bit of a look at the defensive line as he hit the defenders there, big Jason Taumalolo, and lost it cold. So the Tigers have a full set 20 metres away from the Cowboys line. Terrell May is held up in the tackle, 15 away now of Ruben Cotter and Taumalolo. They come to the left. Latu Finu's at first receiver. Here's Luai, gets it out the back. Quick hands, Taylor May gets it away to Sunia Taruba. Taruba comes back on the inside, thinks about the offload, takes the tackle, 7 away from the line, 10 in from the western touchline. Taylor May's at dummy half. Luai's at a wide first receiver. Gets it away to Bolle. Strong collision there involving Jeremiah Nene, but Bolle's held up in the tackle, 14 away. Still 10-0 Cowboys. Royce out dummy half left. Luai scoots back off his left foot, jinking back towards the inside. The Cowboys are in front. That's a high tackle in the end. The fans didn't like it either. And Jeremiah Nene gets Luai high, and it'll be a penalty 10 metres away from the Cowboys line. Reece Robson it was coming over the top.
Yeah, just he gets chopped down there from Jeremiah Nene. He's going down, and then Reece Robson over the top gets him with his forearm. So penalty sufficient, but to Jerome Luai's credit, gets straight back up and underway.
They take the quick tap, and Alex Schwal gets to within 7 of the posts. Held up in front of the posts at the northern end. Karoyas out comes back left. Luai jigs, gets it away to Taylor May. Should score. Bounces off Tom Dearden. Uses him like a turnstile. Allen falls over the line in front of the rapturous Tigers fans at the northern end. Taylor May gets his third of the campaign. The Tigers are on the board at 10 points to 4, and we've had 17 minutes of play with a kick to come.
Yeah, well, their last shift to this left edge, they looked dangerous. It looked like they were going to go through, but the Cowboys had enough energy to get it defended. And then this time they go back there, really nice work, gives the ball to Taylor May, and he looks up, he's got so much room out here to his left. He's just a beautiful little bit of footwork, comes back off that trusty left foot of his, and then breaks the tackle, scores a try, and gets the Tigers right back into this game.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, that was another example of the winger racing in off his wing. Semi Bellamay had scored a good try previously, but he just went. He rushed Taylor May. Taylor May has got good peripheral vision. He didn't want to get smashed. A neat little step, and then around them he went and scored the try. He had Taruva on his outside, but that was bad play there from Bellamay. Some further good news for the West Tigers. The bunker doctor has assessed Adam Dewey as a Category 2.
Wow.
So there is some chance. I still doubt it very much, but there is a chance that he could come back, not instantly ruled out of the game. Epic Royasel right in front of me. He's got a good kicking record, replacing Dewey as the goal kicker.
Whispering Ted Lowe down on the touchline. Thank you, Gibbsy, right in front of Appy Karoyasau. Taylor May only joined the club, of course, in June. Made his debut against the Gold Coast in round 20. Scored last week against Manly. Scored again today. Third try in just his 5th game for the club. Karoyasau, 3 metres in on the western touchline. Cowboys started fast, but the Tigers have looked better in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Here's Karoyasau. It's an ugly kick. It hits the post. It looked ugly off the boot, but it started fading back towards the post and just hits the post. He's unable to add the extra, so it remains the Cowboys 10, leading the West Tigers 4 around the grounds in New South Wales Cup second half. Manly 38, Bears 12. Queensland Cup half-time, Northern Pride 38, winner Manly, Tweed Seagulls 22. AFLW fourth quarter, Essendon 25, West Coast 20, Geelong 23, Adelaide 16 in the third quarter, and in the men's AFL half-time, Fremantle 58, Bulldogs 32. On the text line, enjoying my NRL fix in Victor Harbour after a day of yard work, still basking in the joy of last night's Eels win. Looking forward to how they'll go next year, says Richo. Thank you for your text message on 0467 920 222. The Tigers have use of the football after scoring through Terrell May, 20 away from his own line, and then they go to the open side right where Samuela Fainu takes it up over the 20. He's brought to ground 25 away centre field. Down to the right, continuing that same vein, Fanua Bolake takes it over the 30. The Tigers fans aren't happy with the 10 metres of Peter Goff, but he allows it to continue, and the Tigers get to within 9 metres of the halfway line. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Latu Fainu gets up and plays it. Now one off the ruck left-hand side comes Alex Twal. Held up on the tackle on the last, a metre short of halfway. So Latu Fainu will kick just inside his own half. It's a high midfield bomb. Braden Burns comes forward. Everyone misses it. This will still be last for Tigers. It's back off Skelton, picked up by Karoyasau, but it's the last tackle. There's no touch by the Cowboys, says the referee. Jerome Luai might challenge it.
Yeah, that's fine. We can challenge it.
Peter Goff is going to challenge on behalf of Jerome Luai, saying the Cowboys might have touched it in the challenge.
Challenge in the on-field decision, the last tackle handover.
Well,
I thought it was
checking for a Cowboys touch in the contest.
I'm just going off Appy's body language, and he ran straight over and said, no, he touched it, and that's where the captain's challenges come in. So
Yeah, I had a contest.
here's the replay now.
Cleared right side Tigers, kick chase on side.
Braden Burns is hidden by Brent Naden there on the replay.
Yeah, you're not going to see
This isn't the replay. Yeah, this is the one from the Western commentary box. This might be better. Oh, does it touch?
Both players are competing for the ball. Just need to see if there's any touch from the Cowboys.
I reckon it goes straight through his arms. I don't know whether it does.
I do see a little bit of jersey movement right here.
Yeah,
Watch
because
this. And he
But
comes up.
I think he whacks Naden, though. I think that's what...
There's no touch on Braden Burns playing on at that point.
I reckon his arm moved because he bumped into Brent Naden. Now, is there a touch here where there's a challenge between Gerald Skelton and Burns? Skelton knocks it backwards.
Second part.
Appy Karoyasau picks it up. This will be the last... Oh, the referee calls 6... No, the referee gets confused. He calls 6 again and he goes, no, hang on, it's still the last.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he calls because he's not.
I know, the bunker is. Yeah, it'll be the last tackle. It'll be a changeover, I think, for Happy Carousel. Tackled on the last.
Oh, no, there. Comes off the dude's hands.
In the second challenge.
In the second challenge, yeah.
Touches Jackson Purdue.
Look at the hand here of Jackson.
Right hand. It does. It does.
Touches the ball there and knocks it on.
Wow. Good eyes, Louis. This will be 6 again. Touchline, John Gibbs.
He was adamant there, Happy, and it always looked to me to be the second challenge. Purdue tried to sneak away, couldn't do so, so they've got 6 again. It'll be mutual infringement.
Challenge is successful. Play the ball, tackle 0.
They'll play the ball, tackle 0. Now, Adam Dewey has been ruled out of the match, so bad news there for the West Tigers. It looked very dubious, but he is officially out.
Well, it might be a little dark cloud for the Tigers, but that Eastern Hill is bathed in sunshine with 6 again at the Tigers, the Cowboys line. They trail 10-4. Here the Tigers. Croyce out dummy half left. Terrell May back on the inside 12. Heavy contact involving Tamalolo. Croyce out dummy half short right for Nuabole close to the line. He's only 3 away, adjacent to the right hand upright. Croyce out waiting at dummy half, comes left. Gets it away to Latu Finu, keeps it alive for Luai. They got numbers again. Simeon Taruva one-on-one Dearden, but then the cavalry of the Cowboys arrives and stops Taruva about 3 away from the line. They come back open side right. He was right next to the touchline there. Quick hands there for Terrell May. Gets it away to Nuabole. It might be a double movement.
He can't believe it.
It all happened so quickly for Nuabole. He went close to the line. It's going to be a double movement because he lands just short of the line, and he thought Drinkwater might have dropped off his legs, but Reece Robson comes over the top.
That's a great
Jake
tackle.
Clifford.
That is a beautiful
Ball hits the
tackle.
ground here from Royce Hunt with Scott. Drinkwater has a clear grip of the leg.
It's
tackle
Nuabole.
complete.
Yeah, and then he gets up and he just puts the ball down. His instinct, his eye's going to put it down.
Yeah.
That is a whole.
He now promotes the
You can't
ball.
help it.
Scott's still in contact with that leg, which is a double movement. We have a decision.
It'll be a double movement. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Oh, unbelievable. The West Tigers, he just couldn't help himself there. He can't believe that he was tackled like that so close to the line. And let's go with the previous tackle on Simeon Taruva. That was a beauty from Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden is such a competitor, but there's 2 try savers in a row. But the West Tigers are making some dents in this defence of the Cowboys.
I think Molle almost assumed that Drinkwater was going to drop off his legs, so he just got up and kept going.
The look on his face is like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. It just
Yeah.
happened so quick. But what about the one-on-one tackle from Drinkwater? That is beautiful.
Desperate goal line defending by the Cowboys, and now they can attack. They're found touch almost near halfway, and from their next play, they have a 10 inside Tigers territory, leading 10-4. They play the ball and come left for Clifford. He takes it up over the 30-metre line, looking for an offload, but he has no support. So he'll play take the tackle 18 in from the eastern touchline. They come open side right for Tamalolo. He has it 20 metres away from the Tigers line, centre field. Scooting out a dummy half, left is Robson. Gets past the markers, can't get through the defensive line and loses the ball. Reece Robson did all the hard work, and then he knocks it on under the tackle of Alex Twal and a couple of other Tigers. Big let off for Wests after the Cowboys went pretty much from their own goal line to within 10 metres of the Tigers line. Cowboys 10, Tigers 4, 18 to go first half.
You're getting a challenge here. Captain's challenge.
Lucky captain challenge to the Cowboys.
He's saying it was a one-on-one
Challenging the
steal.
on-field decision of a double knock-on. I do have a strip attempt live, but the ball is lost by Reece. It's not stripped out.
On that last play, there was a bit hand in it, and the ball does come loose. Then he regathers it.
Clear the contact from Xiaomi. Is this defecting the tackle, and it's a loose carry from Reece into his arm, which constitutes a knock-on? Captain's challenge is unsuccessful.
It's not a great challenge, that is it, from the North Queensland Cowboys.
Silly challenge.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
And that can be important. We saw a game here, West Tigers Sharks at the start of the year, and because the West Tigers had their challenge, they were able to win the game because there was a real, at the end of the game, they got the penalty, and Adam Dewey kicked that one. So it's important to keep your challenges. That was an ordinary one, but the West Tigers they get out of it. They've got to make some ground here.
Yeah, Xiaomi Mi's arm was on the ball, but there was no way that he was trying to strip. Now they come left from the scrum wing. Taruva might have space, but he had to sort of juggle the catch. It was up around his neck. If it was a perfect pass, he could have been away. Still he goes on, though. There's a few push and shoves back on the 10-metre line. We're going to play on here at the moment. Jordan McLean, Alex Twala involved. Terrell May's still going as well with Jordan McLean in back play. I'm going to look out what's happening here with Fanua Bolle. 5 metres short of the halfway line. There's a few more coming in now. The referee might have to stop this, but at the moment, Gerald Skelton is still going 8 metres inside Tigers territory. Now they all break up, and the Cowboys players, Taumalolo and McLean, will run about 50 metres and rejoin the defensive line after the push and shove. They go right short out of dummy half. Buller, they're 20 metres away from the Cowboys line, the Tigers. It's the final play. They trail 10-4. Left-hand side, Latu Fainu gets it away to Luai. Now Samuela Fainu will rub it through, and Drinkwater has to come across, kick it over the touchline. But it was the final play, and it's going to be a changeover. It's Scott Drinkwater.
It's the West Tigers play.
It's your... He's saying it's a, but he's doing he's indicating a changeover, but it's going to be a Tigers ball 10 metres away from the line. The Tigers were blowing up because it looked like Peter Goff was saying last tackle change over Cowboys, but it is a Tigers ball because Scott Drinkwater kicked it over the touch.
Yeah, correct. And Peter Goff was just facing the wrong way. But he was saying the West Tigers sure play the ball. But good work there from the Tigers to get upfield, but they got lucky there, North Queensland.
Royce out dummy half, right Latu Fainu, back on the inside, and only about 9 metres away is Sione Fainu gets up and plays the ball. Left-hand side they come. Luai, long ball over the top to Ruben, but once again he has to go low this time. Grabs it round the bootlaces, takes it 4 away from the line, and metre in from the western touchline. They come back open side right. Luai decides to come short left again, and it's a great decision because Taylor May will score a double in the corner. Taylor May has 2 inside 25 minutes at Leichhardt against the Cowboys, and it was a really smart footy play by Jerome Luai because he had them all stretched out to the Tigers' right. He decided to come back in on the left, and Taylor May was there with the numbers left-hand side. It is 10 points to 8. The Tigers have a kick to come from the touchline.
Yeah, good work here from the West Tigers. Great vision there from Jerome Luai. He looks like he's going out to the right, comes back off that beautiful right foot, and instead of throwing a cut-out pass, he just plays nice and short there to Fainu. Quick hands to find Taylor May, and he scores a double there as easy as you like over in that left-hand sided corner for the West Tigers. Brilliant attack there from the Tigers.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, I don't think Appy realises he's got to kick the goal. Now here he comes. He's in field, and just some distressing news. Adam Dewey has had an ambulance call, so the doctor's worried about his welfare, and an ambulance will shortly be arriving at the ground, and he'll be off to hospital, so hopefully everything's all right. He's right in front of me, Appy here. I'm just moving back a bit. Taylor May, outstanding work that was, and Tommy did almost tackled him again.
Yeah, of course, with Adam Dewey, and hopefully that is something that can be looked after by the medical professionals.
I've got to be, Gibbs just got up and interviewed Appy right now.
Let's just put the microphone underneath him. He could just about undo his shoelaces there and put him off his kick. Appy is right on this western touchline. How good's the corner post camera as well, getting taken out there as they flew over Taylor May in the corner. Appy Karoyas out, 23 away, right on the touchline, hits this one sweeter. The crowd like it, the touch judges' flags go up. Jerome Luai is 1 from 2. We're locked at 10 all, 14 and a half to go. First half, Tigers and the Cowboys, 0467920222. Well done by the ref to continue play while the fracas was on, says Mitch. Group 9 results, Youngs defeated Temora 24-18, South City Bulls 36, Cootamundra 6, Gundagai 70, Wagga Brothers 12, Ginny Diesels 36, Albury Thunder 16, Wagga Kangaroos 26, Jimma Blues 18. Thank you, Riverina Rooster. Shout out to the boys from Goolagong in the front row behind the Tigers bench. If you don't know, then look like McNeil's grandkids, the Western Sharks. So everyone with bright shocks of red hair down here the Tigers bench, obviously. Thank you for your text message, 0467920222. The Tigers have the ball first up after points, 20 away from their own line through Buller. Then from the next play, they go open side right, and Samuela Finu will play at 22 away in centre field. Karoisau continues to the right. Luai shows, then goes across to Latu. Finu shows, goes himself through the gap almost. 29 away from his own line. 10-all, Tigers, Cowboys, Sunday Arvo footy with John Gibbs, Luke Lewis, Glenn Lauder on ABC Sport. And the Tigers have the ball through Alex 12, 13 metres short of halfway centre field. Karoisau will kick early out of dummy half inside 40, but it's pretty much straight down the middle, and Scott Drinkwater can collect. Return it back up over the 20, and the Cowboys will start this set about 26 away from their own goal line, with the scores locked at 10-all and 13 and a half to go first half.
Yeah, it's funny just how this game has sort of gone. It was all the Cowboys for the first 10-15 minutes. The momentum has definitely gone back with the West Tigers, and they're dominating field position. They're doing a really good job with their energy. And I'm just looking at the energy from the Cowboys now. They've got no shape coming out of their own end, and they're struggling to make good metres at the middle of the field.
So Harrison Edwards is on the park for the Cowboys now. He takes the hit up towards halfway. 3 Tigers wrestle him and throw him to the ground on halfway. 20 in from the Western touchline. Another interchange player for the Cowboys on the park, Tom McKaylee, against his former club, and he takes the tackle 10 inside Tigers territory. Final play, so Clifford will go to the end. Nanai's offside here, and he's being told by the referee he has to stay out of the 10. But it doesn't matter, because it's batted back by Viliami Vailea, then kicked again on the final play by Dearden, knocked backwards by the Tigers towards the in-goal, and then Dearden can lead the charge to get the Tigers caught in their in-goal area for a goal line dropout. Jerome Luai is asking the question about Jeremiah Nene, but he listened to the referee and stayed out of the 10. So Jerome Ball has been caught in the in-goal. It'll be a Tigers goal line dropout, 10-all, 12 and a half to go first half.
Yeah, the referee did a good job there. He was yelling out, Jeremiah Nene, stay out, stay out. He did. As soon as he heard the referee, he stopped. They got a good bat back there, and Tommy Dearden, he's going for the crossfield kick, but it gets charged down. Here's a short line dropout.
Yeah, is it going to go, or is it going to go over the touchline? It bounces and then goes over the touchline 10 metres and 40 centimetres away from the goal line. This will be a Tigers ball. Sunia Taruba saw it coming, got out of the way, and it bounces over the 10-metre line, then over the touchline almost simultaneously. That is an outstanding kick from Api Karoisau.
Yeah, great kick there. Probably more luck than anything, but
He won't say that.
oh, gee, I'll tell you what, wasn't much in there.
Well, no.
I'm happy with that call. Quite a brilliant work there from Api Karoisau, but if he says that he meant that, mate.
Oh, he's gonna be telling the boys after the game he meant that for sure.
Been working on that one.
Yeah, so it bounced probably just inside the 10, but because of the angle, it ended up just over the 10 as it crossed the touchline, and now the Cowboys give away a penalty. They were offside at the scrum, and the West Tigers will be able to kick the touch from 20 away from their own goal line with 11:20 to go in the first half. It's 10-all touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, that was a brilliant kick by Api Karoisau, and if he meant to do it, well, he's taken into account that the wind has dropped. There's none here now. It might have registered on the Beaufort scale, but have a look at the trees. There is not a breath of wind, and they get the penalty, so the crowd is really getting into it.
Not even a zephyr, thank you, Gibbsy. And here come the Tigers. So the Cowboys, from giving away or from forcing a goal line dropout, are now defending their own half. The Tigers come left. Luai gets a short ball away to Samuela Finu, and he takes the tackle 35 away from the Cowboys line, 20 in from the Western touchline. Karoisau again goes open side right for Terrell May, and he takes the tackle 29 away, 23 in from the Western touchline for the Tigers at 10-all, 10 and a half to go first half. Jeez, it's gone quick as well. Good ball back on the inside, Samuela Finu, and then it's a whack on Alex Twal, who takes the tackle 21 metres away. Karoisau goes right. Jareem Buller gets it away to Brent Naden coming back infield, and Brent Naden takes the tackle 15 away centre field. Final play for the Tigers. They come left. Latu Finu shows, then goes to the line, gets it away to his brother Samuela, and Samuela close to the line will lose the ball on the last play, and the Cowboys will get a changeover. 10 away from their own goal line. Still 10-all the score. 10 to go first half, Louis.
Yeah, if I was the Tigers, every time I come to this left edge, just while they've got the opportunity. Just keep playing out the back. They keep getting them shot. The centre and the winger for North Queensland are just coming up with the horrible decisions. They're coming up out of the line. They're not working together. So keep playing out the back and using Jerome Luai's smarts to get it to the right man.
Yeah, 24 metres away from their own goal line as Valia gets up and plays it. Open side left, Braden Burns gets an offload away to Ruben Cotter. Ruben Cotter takes the tackle 30 away from his own line. Gets a quick play the ball as well. So Robson can scoot out of dummy half, go left. Then they come back right for Jake Clifford to change direction. Harrison Edwards takes it up towards the halfway line. He's pushed back a couple of metres. Twile coming over the top, and he'll play it 8 short of halfway. Robson's pass out of dummy half is about 300 metres forward. Everyone at Leichhardt saw that. Even the Cowboys knew that that was like a gridiron pass, and the West Tigers will get a scrum 8 metres inside Cowboys territory. 9 minutes to go first half. That's almost a penalty. It's gone that far forward. It's all going wrong for the Cowboys.
Well, it's funny too because you got all the way that the grass is mowed on the field at the moment. That was pretty much a play ball right on the line. So as soon as he threw, you could see him catching it in front of that mowed line. That was a horrible pass there from Rich Robson. He looks a little bit rattled at the moment.
We were here quite early today and we saw the groundsman actually cutting the grass, and John Gibbs commented on what a resplendent job he was doing, how much those contrasts stood out, and it's just got the Tigers a scrum, and now they go to the left through Taylor May, 20 metres away from the line. He's looking for a hat-trick in the first half. He plays it 20 away from the Cowboys line. Right-hand side they go. Terrell May has the ball, 22 in from the western touchline, 19 away from the Cowboys line, 10 all the score. They go right. Latu Fanu gets the ball away for Royce Hunt on the field for the Tigers, and Hunt takes the tackle 7 away from the line. Koroisau's dummy half. Latu Fanu's first receiver gets it away to Luai. I thought he might have lost the ball there, but he might have been just getting the Cowboys a little bit unsure about what he was going to get up to. 10 away from the line, he takes the tackle. Koroisau goes right. Latu Fanu changes direction for Alex Twile, and Twile is 8 away from the line. Final play for the Tigers. Koroisau comes short left. Luai will grab it towards the in goal. It comes off Tom Dearden's leg, goes backward, and Dearden falls on it just inside the field of play. So they'll be able to start this set 99 metres and 99 centimetres away from the goal line at the other end of the field with 7.5 left in the first half. And Valamai takes the tackle. They go open side left, the Cowboys. And they're really caught down in this red zone. They have to try to find a way forward here. The North Queensland Cowboys, they lost the ball but get a penalty. The markers weren't square. Braden Burns had lost the ball, but it doesn't matter because the markers weren't square. That is the piggyback that the Cowboys desperately needed.
Well, I was just about to jump in before, Glenn, and say if the Tigers can just be patient here, use their line speed, don't give away a penalty, they'll get really good field position, and then play 2 or play 3, I can't remember exactly what play that was, they give away a penalty. It is silly play there. Attention to detail for the West Tigers. A couple of things that's let them down this year, and they're doing a good job in this game, but they need to be squeaky clean there.
They take the tap 35 metres away from their own line. Big Daddy in Coffs Harbour. Hi, Glenn, Luke and Gibbsy. Tigers have to have a good win today. Thank you, Big Daddy. And they play the ball, the Cowboys, 8 short of halfway. Open side right to Harrison Edwards as the floodlights start to cut through the grey but dry Sydney Sunday afternoon. Edwards has it 5 short of halfway after the tackle of Twile and Caruso. They go short to the right-hand side, the North Queensland Cowboys. And against his former club, Tom McKaylee plays it 5 inside Tigers territory. Luai gives away 6 again because he almost raked it, that old school first marker style. And now the Cowboys on play 1 will have the ball 10 inside Tigers territory, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Here's Ruben Cotter towards the 30-metre line. The Cowboys would love an opportunity here after having to do a lot of defending. It's 10 all, there's 5:50 to go first half. Right-hand side, John Bateman gets the boost from the crowd, but an offload to Dearden. So Dearden can grab from right to left. He goes all the way across field, then links up with Drinkwater, who comes almost back in the same direction the other way, and then takes the tackle 21 away from the Tigers line. He plays it for Robson. Left-hand side, Harrison Edwards goes himself. 9 away from the Tigers line. Southern end of Leichhardt Oval, 10 all. Robson comes right-hand side for Dearden, first receiver. Drinkwater will kick under pressure from Luai. Might be too deep it is. 20-metre restart for the Tigers. 7 tackles set. 5:20 to go first half. 10 all.
I feel like the Cowboys are going to get some more punch in the middle of the field. You know, Tamalolo's doing a great job coming out the other end, getting the Cowboys on the front foot. Cohen Hess, they need to get him on the field. He's been really good for them over the last few weeks.
Jareem Fuller got a really quick 20-metre restart, and then from the next play, Taruva tried to get the Cowboys off guard. He made it to within 3 of halfway. The Cowboys really on the back foot here. Jarrell Skelton played 3 is 8 metres inside Cowboys territory. Now they go to the left-hand side of the field and they have the ball through May. Continuing left is Karoyasau. Latu Fanu gets it away to Luai, who bounces away from Vailea. Now it goes across to Buller on the right. Buller bounces off a couple of Cowboys. Dearden's there to bring him down 10 away from the line. The Cowboys rattled in defence. Karoyasau short dummy half. Samuela Fanu dummies goes himself just short of the line. Final play, centimetres out. Taylor May dummy half. He goes right long for Luai, thinking about kicking towards the post. It's still the last. He's run out of options now. He should have kicked it when he had the chance. Goes back to Taylor May, but they don't know what to do here, the Tigers. Taylor May will kick for himself, tries to go through a gap, and then Drinkwater picks it up 5 away from the goal line. Pretty much right in front of John Gibbs, 10 all, 4 to go first half.
Yeah, that wasn't the flashes into a set that you've ever seen, and that's their problem, the West Tigers. They rank second in red zone attack. Only team worse is Newcastle. They get down the other end of the field so well. There's a penalty now because of
Time off.
hang on, time off. We'll hear what Peter got
Stand in
to
front of you
say.
when you tap it. Latu, you go back to the ball, strip it out.
Yeah, so Latu Finu is stripped. They look to get the quick tap, but Peter Goss said you can't take the quick tap. I haven't given you a mark there. And Latu Finu strips with a fellow teammate, his brother Xiaomi, going down low. So a 2-on-1 strip. They couldn't take the quick tap. So they find touch Gibbsy 5 short of halfway. Sorry.
And they're getting into the roll on the river. The crowd is really into this. This is a really good match. 10 minutes, 10 all, and not long to go in this first half. It's been a great battle.
3.5, thanks Gibbsy. Ruben Cotter has it 35 away from the Tigers line, centre field. Held up in the tackle. Plays it for Robson. Right, he goes McKaylee. Thinks about passing, goes himself. Strong run into Samuela Finu, Api Karoyasau, and also Terrell May. 19 away from the Tigers line. They come left, Robson out of dummy half for Clifford. Short ball, Nane. Now Drinkwater. Numbers Purdue. Doesn't pass to the winger. Jackson Purdue takes the tackle, 9 away from the line. Robson scoots out of double, loses the ball. Picked up by Samuela Finu over the 10. He's got Luai in support. They can spin it left here. Taylor May looking to isolate Valamai. Flick pass back on the inside. Talk about celebrating 2005. The flick pass Benji style to Taruba and gets it away to Jareen. Buller scores under the post. Oh, that is 20 years in the making. Of all the days to do it. Taylor May's flick pass back on the inside to Sunny and Taruba. And then Jareen Buller at the other end. Reece Robson lost it 5 metres away from the Cowboys line. And it is champagne 2005. West Tigers lead 14-10 with a kick to come, 2 to go first half.
Wow, there's been so many wow moments this weekend, but really good work here from the West Tigers. A great pick-up, keep the ball alive, and then you've got Jerome Luai pushing up, and then all of a sudden a quick pass out there to May. I thought Taylor May was just going to try and do it all himself. It comes up with a beautiful little flick pass back infield to Taruba, who uses his beautiful footwork, gets into the backfield, and then the next thing you know, the minute you want you to pop up right next to you with a little bit of open space, Jareen Buller, he gets the ball and scores onto the post. A 95-metre try, beautiful skill shown. Well done to the West Tigers.
You couldn't write the script any better, Jonty.
That is so poignant. That is incredible. Not Benji Marshall to Pat Richards, but Taylor May to Sania Taruba and Jareen Buller. What a weapon he's been. He's done so many good things, Jareen Buller, and he loves playing here. He's had 7 games here at Leichhardt Oval, and that's his 7th try, and he's got 6 in 6 against the Cowboys. So the planets are aligning.
Api Karoyasau with a much easier conversion. It's just an incredible game, this game of Rugby League, and it's some of the moments that we've seen this weekend have just been unbelievable.
Well, you talk about, we have wow moments on a Sunday Arvo.
We'll be here.
Where do you go? They've been everywhere this weekend.
Our sports boss, Tim Merrill, is here with us today. We're going to ask him for another hour on air because there's been so many wow moments this weekend. Api Karoyasau adjacent at the right-hand upright. A minute to go in the first half, and that is a great time to score for the West Tigers. Api moves in, slams this one over the black dot at the northern end. They lead 16 points to 10. The Tigers 0467920222. Ball on the Sunshine Coast. Now's the time for the Cowboys to take revenge for the call that said JT knocked the ball over the in-goal sideline. Tigers go. Tigers says that text message. Thank you very much. Listening in Launceston with my 5-year-old son Elliot, who's a Bulldogs fan. Thank you very much for that text message as well. Adam, the Truckee Afternoon Jets, coming to you from the Maroon National Park, South Coast camping. Thank you very much. I can't tip the backside of a barn this weekend. I picked Tigers today. Well, good news for you so far, Adam the Truckee. You're on at the moment 16-10 with 50 seconds to go in the first half. Big Royce Hunt takes a tackle, 20 away. First play after points. These Tigers fans are absolutely loving it. Sunia Taruba plays it 30 away. What about the run from Terrell May? They've got their backs up here, the Tigers. Darling Street will be partying tonight, but he loses the ball as he tries to get up and play it following the tackle of John Bateman. Terrell May can't believe it, but I reckon he's just dead set drop that cold as he tried to get up.
Yeah, a little bit too excited there, Terrell May. They're just running hard, direct, making good meters. And then he just tries to get up a little bit too quick, sort of forgets about what's important, holding that ball, getting a clean play of the ball. But North Queensland, well, they fancy themselves just before half-time. They've sprinted in, they've got their scrum packed, and they'll get 22 seconds left on the clock before half-time.
Greg at Ride says, Benji's big show. Thank you, Greg. Loving and watching, listening to you now. That was music in motion, says Helen in Adelaide. The Cowboys from the scrum try to come up with a miracle play. The ball goes to ground, but it's backwards. They go right, they come back left. Clifford will kick through for Burns, flying, comes off the knee, picks it up, might have gone backwards. Kicked forward by Purdue into the hands of Abdi Karoyasau with the Cowboys trying to come up with the something for the scrum. They went from right back to left. Clifford tried to kick away through. The Cowboys were desperate, but they couldn't come up with it. Karoyasau lands on it, thankfully, and sees his side into the sheds, leading 16 points to 10. Well, this game has really lived up to the hype of a big 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon suburban ground. It's been such a pulsating 40 minutes, Louis.
It has. It's been awesome. The crowd's been amazing. The West Tigers crowd were actually quite stunned to start with when they got off. The Cowboys got off to that 10-0 start, but they worked their way back into it, and they're getting a standing ovation as we speak. As this team gets close to this sideline, you'll see a massive roar from the crowd here. But that is a brilliant fight back in that first 40 from the Tigers, and some outstanding football being played as well.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it, Gibbsy? The Cowboys started well, but it's been pretty much all the Tigers since then.
Oh, it has indeed, and the crowd has really got into it. They're giving it to John Bateman.
Yeah.
He's smiling. He is the villain here at Leichhardt. This has been a great effort, and you've got to keep in mind that one of their main men, Adam Dewey, who looked really dangerous. What about the cheers now for the crowd? They're really whooping it up here. This is fantastic, but the injury to Adam Dewey off to hospital after sustaining concussion, trying to take on the rampaging Jason Taumalolo. But this has been great theatre, and seriously, 2005, one of the most iconic moments in rugby league was the Benji Marshall, the coach of the West Tigers, flick pass into Pat Richards in the try, and then to see it here at Leichhardt Oval on the 20-year anniversary of that grand final with all of the stars here, including Todd Payton, who played for the West Tigers, being the coach of North Queensland, Taylor May, who scored 2 tries, to flick it inside to Sunia Taruba and ending up a try for Doreen Buller is just poetry in motion.
It really was. 53% of the ball for the Tigers, completing at 85%, 17 of 20. The Cowboys, 68%, 13 of 19. The Tigers ran for 756 off 83 runs. The Cowboys ran for 695 off 74 runs. 5 line breaks to 3 in favour of the Tigers, 25 tackle breaks to 20 in defence. The Cowboys made 168 and missed 27 at 84%. The Tigers made 153 and missed 20 at 86%. Cowboys 7 errors to 3, which is a big talking point for them at halftime with Todd Payton, no doubt. And the Cowboys actually lead the penalty count 3-2. It is 16 points to 10 at halftime at Leichhardt. 0467920222. Hi, Glenn, Luke and John. Wow moment is easy to pick the whole round, says Pauline Wollongong. Thank you. Timmy from Tumut, gents, wonderful call. What an absolute treat. Like art looks. Louis, what's the Cowboys strategy this off-season, Louis?
I got no idea.
Yeah, we might talk about it after the game and try to come up with a solution. Thanks for your text message. Tristan from Townsville. Hopefully the Cowboys can make a comeback. Croyce out of Luai to Taylor May, and he has Taruva on his outside. He is in Buller. Panthers, Tigers in to score, says Timmy Lismore here. Thank you very much. Simon here from Tamworth. What's the latest on Andrew? He's still continuing to recover. He's resting comfortably. He's all going well at this stage, and we'll hopefully have Andrew back on deck very soon. Thank you for that text message. The Tigers could have made this effort 20 rounds ago, says Gaz. Loving and watching, listening. Thank you for that text message as well. And Roger at Storm King says the wow moment of the weekend was Tim Gable's call of the Golden Point. Yeah, we'll talk about our wow moments after the game, so thank you very much for that text message. 0467 920 222 around the grounds. It's full time in Queensland Cup, and the Northern Pride have beaten these Tweed Seagulls 39-32. AFLW, it's full time. Adelaide's beaten Geelong 65-27. The only live game at the moment is in the AFL. Third quarter, Fremantle leading the Western Bulldogs 76-39, and the third one-day international in Mackay. Australia won the toss and is batting first, 2 for 291 in the 39th over. Travis Head is unbeaten on 142 off 103 balls. Mitchell Marsh 100. So the Australians are getting it done in Mackay, throwing their weight around after losing the previous one-day international. Here at Leichhardt Oval, it is the West Tigers leading the Cowboys. Taylor May with a double, Jareen Buller scoring as well. Abby Karoyas out, kicking 2 from 3. And the Cowboys tries Jeremiah Nene and Semi Valamai both inside the first 10 minutes. Scott Drinkwater is 1 from 2. But repeating that news that Adam Dewey is gone for the afternoon after suffering a serious HIA following big contact involving Jason Taumalolo. Half-time at Leichhardt. The Tigers 16, the Cowboys 10, but don't go anywhere because there is plenty more on the other side of ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Thanmaya Navada. There have been massive pro-Palestinian marches across the country with tens of thousands of people in attendance. Joshua McIntosh reports from the Brisbane rally.
The Queensland Police Service says up to 10,000 people have joined the rally in Brisbane, much higher than an earlier estimate of 7,000. But the protest organisers say numbers have swollen to more than 50,000. The demonstration against the war in Gaza began at Queen's Gardens in Brisbane CBD at lunchtime, with the crowd spilling into the surrounding streets and closing nearby roads. Today's march comes just days after a Brisbane magistrate banned them from walking across the Story Bridge due to safety concerns.
In Canberra, about 2,000 people have taken to the streets, marching from the city centre to Parliament House. Greens MLA Laura Nuttall echoed calls from the crowd for the federal government to sanction Israel.
Israel has crossed far too many red lines since the very first one for any thinking, feeling person to not realise what they are doing is incredibly wrong.
Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers has confirmed a new road user charge under consideration will only apply to electric vehicles. The government has agreed to progress plans for a national tax on EV drivers, which will contribute to the cost of maintaining public roads. Petrol and diesel cars currently contribute via a fuel tax levy. Mr. Chalmers says the new road user charge, to be designed in conjunction with the states, will apply to EVs only.
Our focus in road user charging is on electric vehicles. We're not trying to work out ways to double tax internal combustion engines.
A crime scene has been set up at a home in the New South Wales Blue Mountains, where 3 people have been found unresponsive. With the details, here's Victoria Pengilly.
Police say emergency crews were called to the property at Lura earlier this morning following reports of a concern for welfare. Officers found 2 men believed to be aged in their 40s with multiple stab wounds. They've been taken to hospital in a serious but stable condition. A woman believed to be aged in her 60s was also found unconscious at the scene and has been taken to hospital in a critical condition. It's understood the woman did not have any injuries but had attempted self-harm.
2 people have died following a collision involving a stolen car northwest of Melbourne today. Police saw the vehicle travelling at high speeds in Tullan Vale just before 10 a.m, and they say it was then involved in a head-on collision with another car. The drivers of both vehicles died at the scene, while the passenger in the stolen car was taken to hospital with minor injuries. Making news overseas, the Senate in the US state of Texas has approved a bill redrawing the state's electoral map to favour Republicans in next year's midterm congressional elections. The move has sparked an electoral arms race, with California lawmakers backing a plan to redraw that state's congressional maps to give Democrats an extra 5 seats. That bill will have to be approved by California voters in a special election. Meanwhile, the governor of California is continuing to attack and parody President Donald Trump. Gavin Newsom has called him a childish bully and used social media to mock Mr. Trump's typical posting style, including the use of AI-generated memes. He's also at pains to tell the rest of the world Donald Trump does not represent all Americans.
It's an extraordinary moment in world history, but I hope folks know that's not universal opinion in the United States of America. He does not represent, from my perspective, that majority. He represented the majority of people that turned out on the election day, but he is now singularly the most unpopular president in U.S. history. Objective truth.
And in sport, Wallaroos co-captain Emily Chancellor says she's pleased with the team's effort in their 73-0 victory over Samoa to open their campaign at the Women's Rugby World Cup in England. The Australians crossed for 11 tries to record their largest win in the tournament's history. The Wallaroos' next opponent will be the USA, who are coming off a 62-point loss to England. Chancellor says they can't underestimate the Americans.
They were physical. They presented very similar attack pictures to what we've seen throughout the year. So I think as long as we execute what our game plan is, we'll be in a good position. But they had some heart out there. They had some ticker, and I think we need to be ready for a pretty physical game again.
And you're up to date with the latest on ABC News this Sunday afternoon. For more news at any time, you can download the ABC Listen app.
You meet the most interesting people on Sunday morning.
I tell you what, I'd kill for some clean air and a good coffee over here. And there's no generic latte over here.
Come home straight away, please. Join the rest of Australia right here on Sunday morning.
Australia all over on ABC Radio.
ABC sports coverage of the 2025 NRL Premiership.
Robson's at dummy half. He looks left and he goes left. Waiting for it is Clifford. Short ball, Jeremiah Nene scores. They've had 3 repeat sets at the Tigers line, the Cowboys, and Jeremiah Nene goes over for his 9th of the season. They come to the right now. They've got the numbers if they can use them. Valamai towards the corner, goes underneath the winger and scores the try. Sammy Valamai, after a beautiful run straight down the middle of Leichhardt Oval. Luai Jinx gets it away to Taylor May, should score, bounces off Tom Dearden, uses him like a turnstile and falls over the line in front of the rapturous Tigers fans. 4 away from the line, a metre in from the western touchline. They come back open side right. Luai decides to come short left again, and it's a great decision because Taylor May will score a double in the corner. Taylor May has 2 inside 25 minutes. Flick pass back on the inside. Talk about celebrating 2005. The flick pass Benji style for Taruba and gets it away to Jareen. Buller scores under the post. Oh, that is 20 years in the making. Of all the days to do it. Taylor May's flick pass back on the inside to Sunia Taruba, and then Jareen's Buller at the other end.
The 2025 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio,
And on the ABC Listen app.
Oh, there are no better sights in rugby league than a packed Wayne Pearce Hill at Leichhardt Oval. It is the West Tigers leading the North Queensland Cowboys 16 points to 10 at half-time. Taylor May with a double, Jareen Buller with an outstanding try that had the history buffs rethinking back to 2005, and Benji's flick pass with Taylor May doing something similar near the touchline. 16 points to 10, Jeremiah Nene and Semi Valamai with the tries for the Cowboys. 0467 920 222. Keep the text line coming. Thank you very much to Andrew, Cole, Jamie, Jack and Hendrick are all listening in the car. They've just been watching Gosford City play football, who've won 2-1 over Woy Woy. I think there's a couple of Cronulla fans, couple of Parramatta, Melbourne and Brisbane fans all in the car, so thank you, boys. I'm also a proud former Tiger, says Neil McDowell. Thank you very much. It's Batsy Khan from Mount Abundance. West's chances for finals go down if Adam Dewey's out. Yeah, absolutely. It is probably one of the big talking points from the first half. Adam Dewey suffering an HIA after being collected by Jason Taumalolo in that first half. The Cowboys started off really strongly, but the Tigers came back well. And a big announcement at halftime as well, with the West Tigers announcing that they will be hanging around here for a little bit longer, as we might go down to the touchline. John Gibbs.
Yeah, they will be, Glenn. That announcement at halftime with Shane Richardson, Barry O'Farrell, that funding is in place now of over 100 million, which will ensure that the Tigers, the West Tigers, stay at Leichhardt and Campbelltown for at least the next 15 years. So it's a good day to make that announcement. There'll be further news. They're going to cross the T's and dot the I's with a few things, but that's great news. Funding, which will keep the Tigers at Campbelltown and Leichhardt for the next 15 years. Now, news on Adam Dewey. He's off to hospital. There are concerns about the possibility of multiple fractures to his face, so they're concerned about that. It was a shocking collision, collecting the knee of Jason Taumalolo, who was at full throttle, and another one on that as the players run out, another one on that expertly called by you, 20 years in the making. That was done. That tailor-made flick pass was right in front of Benji, who of course spends his time on the sideline with his team. It's just amazing.
Yeah, sensational. And apologies to Neil McDowell. I didn't read the first text you sent through. Listening to your call at Gaul in Sri Lanka at the Fortress. That is on the top of the bucket list. Gibbsy, a mate of mine from the Family of League Foundation, enjoying your calls, gents. We probably rather be at Leichhardt after that try. Go the Tigers.
Yeah,
thanks.
Neil McDowell, a first grader here at the Balmain Tigers. Good to have your company, Neil. I hope you're enjoying Sri Lanka.
Yeah, and Linda, his wife, alongside him. John, he's right. That try before halftime was poetry in motion. I guess it means the flick pass from Marky Mark last night was poultry in motion, says John from Hobart. Well done, John. Thank you. And listening to the call on the beach in Gilly, Trugann off Lombok. Great win by my bunnies. Love to see the Tigers win. Trace and Carrie. I've got some friends in Gilly at the moment as well. That looks like a sensational place to be in Bali. I hope you're enjoying the call. Over there, the West Tigers back out on the field. They will be kicking towards the southern end of Leichhardt Oval, and the North Queensland Cowboys will get first use of the football. Luke Lewis alongside me. Louis, what has to happen next?
Well, I feel like the Cowboys have to be next to score. I just feel like the Tigers was, had all the momentum, and the way that they were playing was brilliant. They got the crowd into it and they were right up, but they've got to build this game again for the next 10-15 minutes. They can't start too slow, so there's a lot of the line is open in 10-15 minutes for both sides.
I'm not even a Tigers fan. How good is Sunday footy at Leichhardt, says Pez at Manana. It certainly is, Pez. Strap yourself in. We've got another 40 to go, and the Cowboys will get first use of the football in this second half. Really strong run off the kickoff by Tom McKaylee. He'll take the tackle, 18 away from his own line. They come left through Cotter and Clifford and Purdue, who takes the tackle, 28 away from his own goal line. Sneaks another metre or two as well. Plays it on the 30. They go one off the ruck for Braden Burns to take it up to within 13 of halfway in centre field. 16 points to 10. The Tigers lead the Cowboys Sunday afternoon at Leichhardt. Here's Harrison Edwards. He hits the ground on his back. 3 short of halfway centre field. Robson dummy half. Right for McKaylee again. Tom McKaylee takes it up towards the 40-metre line. So he's 9.5 inside Tigers territory. Final play. First set of the second half. Clifford puts the high kick up under pressure by Coruscant. Nothing doing though. It was all fair. And Jareem Buller takes the catch comfortably on his own 10-metre line. So the Tigers will start their first set deep in their own half as Sunia Taruva tries to get it up towards the 20-metre line. He takes the tackle 20 in from the eastern touchline. Luai's at dummy half. He comes to the open side right, and the Tigers find themselves 25 away from their own line through Taylor May. The try scorer a double in the first half. They continue to the right-hand side. And they have it through Skelton, 35 away. Croissant gets it to Twal, who goes straight back towards the ruck was. He's held up in the tackle on the last 9 short of halfway. Croissant will go short out of dummy half, right-hand side to Latu Fanu. Puts the high kick up in the air. Drinkwater takes it 15 away, then sends Braden Burns back. He'll take the tackle 25 away from his own goal line. 16-10 Tigers over the Cowboys. 2 gone, second half.
Yeah, well, both sides just getting through their sets first, getting to a kick, just build that confidence back up. Some really nice, strong carries from North Queensland, and again, also from the Tigers. So, pretty even to start this second half.
Samuela Finu muscling up in defence on Semi Valamaya there, and the Cowboys have the ball through Valia, 34 away from their line. He'll play the ball centre field for Robson to come left out of dummy half for Harrison Edwards. Edwards is 10 short of the halfway line, centre field. We get up slowly and play the ball. Scooting out of dummy half is Robson, getting it away to Dearden, and then Bateman with the booze again against his former club in the bright yellow boots, 20 in front of the Eastern Hill. They go short that side. Dearden will kick down the channel. Baller comes across to within 9 of the touchline and 9 of the goal line. Takes the catch pretty comfortably, returns it towards Drinkwater and Valamai, and takes the tackle 15 away from his goal line. He'll get up and play the ball for May. Open side he goes for Taruva, and Taruva was hit across the shoulders. There was a bit of a call for a high shot. Nothing doing from Peter Goff. They continue to the right. Latu Finu tries to find a way through. He goes to ground 29 away from the line. Quick play the ball. Croissant dummy half left he goes for Xiaomi Finu, and Xioni's held up in the tackle about 11 short of halfway. Just give it a whack, Louis. That's it. As they go to the left-hand side, the TV that is, as Luai kicks downfield from inside 40, but it's straight down the ground, and Scott Drinkwater will bring it back towards the 30. Good chase by Luai to take Drinkwater down. 16-10, the Tigers lead the Cowboys. We've had 3.5 gone in the second half. Let's get down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Fairly sedate start by both sides, but what I will say is this crowd, if it gets close and it remains close towards the end, are going to be very important.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Cowboys manage to keep it alive here, Harrison Edwards goes back into the middle of the park. Dennis Carnahan has arms like octopuses. He's sorting out the TV. He's looking after Gibbsy. He's everywhere. Here's Reece Robson goes through the middle of the park. 35 away from the Tigers line. They go to the right through Dearden. Tries to find a way through. He can't. It's the final play. He's 23 away from the line. So play it for Robson, left for Drinkwater to go towards the skies. Goes across to Brent Naden, who takes the catch well for the Tigers. And he's brought to ground 10 away from his own goal line with Harrison Edwards doing the chasing. So both teams just a little cagey to start this second half. Gerald Skelton goes on a run over the 20-metre line, or only just. Plays it in centre field for Croissant. Left it to Ruva. Bit of an arm wrestle starting to play out here. A game of territory. Good offload for Buller. Then it goes for the pass. Taylor May. Luai thought about the pass. It was overrun, and then he passes on the second attempt. It does go backwards, says the referee, and Taruva is held up in a tackle about 5 metres inside that far eastern touchline. They come back open side right, slipping over. So taking the tackle in the middle of the field is Terrell May. He plays it for Croissant. Goes to Latu Finu. Back on the inside for Alex Twal. Twal advances it to 33 metres away from the Cowboys line on the final play. The Let's Go Tigers chant goes up. Latu Finu goes to the skies. Scott Drinkwater has to come a long way forward. It's batted back by the Tigers. Picked up by Gerald Skelton, still the last. He looks for support, can't get an offload. Loses it in the end as he tries to force it out on the final play. And the Cowboys were going to change over 10 away from their own goal line. 5.5 gone, second half. Tigers 16, Cowboys 10.
Yeah, Gerald Skelton. I thought he was actually going to put a little kick in there. It would have been interesting if he got the weight right, but he opted to run. He sort of had a bit of a fumble and knocks the ball into the North Queensland Cowboys player. But they are looking dangerous, the Tigers, especially with that really late offload. That's what they've got to keep continue to do, to ask a few more questions against this Cowboys defensive outfit.
Here comes Semi Valamai for the Cowboys. 30 away from his own line. Robson's a dummy half. That's obviously John Bateman when the boos ring out here at Leichhardt. He's 12 short of halfway centre field. Robson left-hand side gets it away to they lost the ball. No, it's just a great tackle from Brent Naden. I thought for a second there that Jeremiah Nene might have lost the ball, but they continue here. Cowboys play the ball, go right for Clifford to put the high kick up in the air, and it's a take from Sunia Taruva there, 10 away from his own goal line, returns it back to about 15 away as the Cowboys threw Edwards and also did and try to drag him back a couple of metres. So yeah, really cagey continuing in this second half. The Cowboys defending the Tigers' red zone and getting up and playing it over on that far side is Terrell May. They come back to the middle of the field here, the Tigers. They attempt to anyway. They're 20 metres inside that eastern touchline as Buller gets up and plays it. Now here's Taruva up over the 40, 5 short of halfway. Tries to get a quick play the ball with Edwards hanging onto his feet. Torres out quick out of dummy half. Terrell May gets the pass away, then he was whacked after he got the ball away. The referee said it was fine. Final play. Buller plays it 10 inside Cowboys territory. The high kick from Latu Fainu. Drinkwater waits for it, takes it well, and he's hit by Brett Naden about 9 metres away from the goal line at the southern end. 7.5 gone second half. Tigers lead 16-10. Around the grounds in the cricket, Australia 2 for 340 in the 43rd over. Travis Head made 142 off 103. Mitch Marsh made 100. They are going bonkers in Mackay. And in the third quarter of the AFL, Fremantle 84, Bulldogs 52. The Cowboys can't get away from their own end here. Viliami Vailea will play it 8 away. And then the next play, Jerome Luai gets down low and got Drinkwater going on a run. Now they come left for Ruben Cotter. Cotter final play. He's only on his own 20-metre line. So Robson out of dummy half goes to Clifford, who kicks on the run. Jarrell Skelton will have to let this one bounce. Oh, this one is almost going to be a 20-20. That would have been a massive kick. Jarrell Skelton had to go all the way back and bat it back in field for Jareem Buller. That happened right in front of John Gibbs down on the touchline.
Well, I was almost going to get him instinctively, give him an ankle tap or something, but he was flying. That was an incredible kick. He did a good job. Jareem Buller and Jarrell Skelton, in the end, they had it under control, but that was a very, very good kick. So just get a g'day for Chris Hyington. He's looking very good.
A great man, Hino. Good to see him in the orange shirt for the Tigers. And that was, even though it didn't go out for a Cowboys ball, it was really important in terms of field position because the Tigers now on their 30-metre line as they grab across field. Taylor May loses the ball under pressure from Vailea, picked up by Tom Dearden, who's going to race away and score, is he? Jareem Buller tried to grab him by the trousers and pull him down, but Dearden keeps them up. They must have really good drawstrings in Townsville because Tom Dearden's pants stayed up. He dragged Jareem Buller over the line with him underneath the sticks at the northern end. That is just what the Cowboys needed to start the second half. 16 points to 14 with a kick to come from right in front. We've had 9 gone second half.
Yeah, it was a drop ball there from Tyrell May out in that left edge. But I reckon it actually was Tyron May, sorry. Was it?
Taylor
May, yeah, okay. And
he almost lost his pants as well.
While I'm looking at it, though, the replay, I'm just wondering if it's an actual knock-on from North Queensland here.
Yeah.
But I've already wrote it in, so I hope it doesn't prove me wrong here. But what about the speed there from Big Tommy Dearden? Picks the ball up, just keeps playing to the referee's whistle, and then just drags Buller across the try line with him. Nice try.
I did wonder whether Semi Valamai might have knocked it out in the act of trying to make a one-on-one tackle. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, the only thing about it is they all sort of stopped. They didn't play the whistle. It was just
off the tackle, but
Tommy Dearden. So they're having a discussion here.
Off the tackle.
They are having a discussion.
Well, he knocks it backwards if he does make a play that it goes backwards. But was there a first one? Yeah.
Might have been the first one that went forward.
I don't know whether he's played.
They all stopped, so that is an indication that they thought something was awry. They should have played the whistle though.
Yeah, they should have. And I just think that
Time off, minute 20.
they might have a look at whether it's an attempt at the ball, the first one, or an attempt at making the tackle. The second one's definitely an attempt at the ball, but the second one goes backwards. Is that an attempt at the ball or an attempt at tackle?
I feel like he's tackling,
But he does.
I feel like he's making the tackle.
Jerome. That's all right. It's been confirmed. I'll come to you on the way back. I'll talk to you on the way back.
Try confirmed, and we might hear Peter Goff after the try, after the conversion, to explain to Jerome Luai and the rest of us what the decision from Chris Butler in the bunker has been. So it means that Scott Drinkwater has the opportunity from right in front to add the extras. He makes no mistake, and it is locked up at 16 all. Let's have a listen to what Peter Goff has to say to Jerome Luai.
So it's just all part of the tackle. So he tackles over the ball and hold on. He falls off the tackle. So it's not a stripping motion. What about when I got hit like 3 seconds? Is that not a penalty? If I don't see it, I apologise. I'm going to hit something.
So Terrell May's blowing up about something that happened 3 or 4 plays earlier when he was whacked after passing the ball. Terrell May's gone, sweet, well, I'm going to whack someone now because it's not a penalty. But the referee was just explaining there to Jerome Luai that he was trying to make a tackle and that Semi Valemai had dropped off the tackle before the ball was lost. It was, once again, a game of millimetres. I'm not too disappointed with the decision. I think I'll probably happy to go with the referees there. And once again, it's the decision that was made on the field.
Play the whistle.
We'll go with it. The Cowboys have the ball back 16 all. We've got 29 and a half to go. And a pack like Reuben Cotter takes it up towards the 30-metre line. He's 29 away from his own goal line centre field, where he gets up and plays the ball for Robson. Flat out a dummy half again for Nane. And Jeremiah Nane has the ball 6 short of the halfway line. So good set after points here. Robson scooting out a dummy half, making another 10 or 12 metres. He's 8 inside Tigers territory and 18 inside the western touchline. Edwards is a dummy half. Right for Dearden, Drinkwater and Bateman. Bateman comes back into the middle. There he goes. They're a bit late on the booze there for John Bateman. And John Bateman takes the tackle 33 away from the line. Final play for the Cowboys, 16 all. They come left for Drinkwater. He'll put the kick up towards the northwestern corner. Waiting for it is Buller, and he does really well under heavy pressure there. Jareen Buller. He had Jake Clifford flying through, but Buller did excellently to hold on to that ball and take the tackle 9 away from his own line. They come off the subsequent play to the left-hand side through Skelton. He takes the tackle, and then they continue through the other wing at Taruva, 20 away from his line. Quick play the ball, Karoyasau, markers offside. So Karoyasau, he gets over the advantage line. There can't be a penalty there. He's made 20 metres. So he plays the ball 11 short of halfway. They go to the left. Luai scoots back right after thinking about going left, and then he takes the tackle a metre inside Cowboys territory. Final play, 16 all. Latu Fainu goes to the skies in the centre of Leichhardt Oval. Braden Burns waiting for it. Takes it well once again with the Tigers chasers coming through. We've got 28 to go. Louis at 16 all.
Yeah, I feel like the momentum's gone back to North Queensland, especially after that last try. They're making some really easy metres upfield. So the Tigers just got to get their head back on the swivel right now and then they get back into this game.
Australia 2 for 351 in the 44th over in Mackay, and that third one-day international against South Africa, available on the ABC Sport digital and the ABC Sport button on the Listen app. Just look for the cricket ball. We'll play the ball here at the 40-metre line as we go to the left-hand side, and Clifford gets it away to ultimately Drinkwater, 3 short of halfway. The Cowboys' final play will kick through Clifford down this left channel towards Buller, takes the catch 11 away from his own goal line, turns it up over the 20 and plays it 22 in from the western touchline. John Gibbs, Luke Lewis, Glenn Lauder on ABC Sport here at Leichhardt. 16 all, 27 to go. Great game of footy here on the edge of their seats. I reckon there's 18,000 here easily at Leichhardt. The Eastern Hill, the Wayne Pearce Hill is packed, and they have the ball, the home side, the Tigers, through Tony Sukar, 12 short of halfway. Open side right, or short side, I beg your pardon, right they go, and they're 3 short of halfway through Fanua Bolle. Royce dummy half, left-hand side, they continue through Luai, Samuela Fainu, the don't argue for Tom Dearden, still going, and finally Samuela Fainu is brought to ground, 10 inside Cowboys territory. It's the final play, so Luai at first receiver goes to the skies. It's for Buller, uncontested, backwards, picked up by the Tigers and Taylor May, not touched by the Cowboys. Taylor May reckons it was.
My decision is he takes possession first before it's touched. So he has it on the floor. You can challenge if you want. What are you doing?
They are going to challenge this. Now, the referee said that Buller had possession.
Tigers challenging the line decision, tackle 5 handover. I've got Taylor taking full possession of the ball before it's touched by the Cowboys.
I got to say live, I probably agree with Peter Goff, but we'll wait for the replay here, Louis.
Yeah, I can't give an opinion on it. It was all the way to the other side of the field.
Tigers left side, kick chases on side. Dream takes clean possession of the ball.
Yep.
It's now dropped backwards with no touch from the Cowboys for playing on.
Well, it was touched by Drinkwater, sure. Touched by Semi Valamai with one hand on the ground.
Yeah, but they're both...
It's simultaneous with Taylor May. Is that enough to give the
Shooting all possible angles?
I don't think it's enough. Touchline, John Gibbs.
They'll probably retain their challenge here, and it'll be,
final play changeover.
Yeah, but seriously, if they're both playing at that, how has he not touched that?
Valamai, yeah.
If he's played at it, why does it matter whether it's picked up cleanly by the West Tigers player? He's played at it, and it's there for taking. I would think that should be a successful challenge, but it'll be they'll retain their challenge.
Based on the available angles, we have nothing conclusive to overrule the on-field decision. Tigers will retain their right to challenge.
I reckon maybe there's a split second in it that Taylor May touches the ball before Semi Valamai, so it means that Semi Valamai's just touched the ball with Taylor May, holding onto it. So that's not actually a Cowboys playing at the ball, if that makes sense. If the ball was on the ground and he touched it, absolutely. But I reckon Taylor May probably has his hands on the ball before Valamai puts his hand on it by a hair.
Yeah, I just did anything with that one. Simultaneous, I'm happy with the call.
And we've wasted 2 minutes. Well, not wasted, but we spent 2 minutes looking at it. 26 minutes to go at Leichhardt. It is 16 all, the West Tigers and the Cowboys. John Gibbs, Luke Lewis, Glenn Lauder on ABC Sport. And Jason Taumalolo up over the 30-metre line. Takes the tackle in centre field for the Cowboys. He's slow to get up, but he will play the ball for Robson, who goes to the right for Harrison Edwards. And Edwards takes the tackle 12 short of halfway centre field. After getting off him was Charlie Murray in game number 4 in the NRL. They come to the left-hand side now. Here the North Queensland Cowboys, still 5 metres short of the halfway line. Getting up and playing is Brady Burns. They come to the open side right. Taumalolo with his second carry of this set. He's on his back 4 metres inside Tigers territory with some afters on the ground there. Gets up and plays the ball. They'll come right for Dearden. Put the high kick up in the air. Waiting for it is Taruva. Takes it 12 away from the line. And the chase was good as well from John Bateman, and it forces the Tigers to start the set 13 away from their own line. Buller from the next play is pushed back a couple of metres, 14 away from the line. Jareem Buller's centre field, where he gets up and plays the ball. Jarrell Skelton now trying to find a way forward for the West Tigers. Makes a few metres there. He's 27 away from his line. Royceau's dummy half, left for Taruva. And Jeremiah Nene coming over the top of Ruben Cotter as well. The Tigers fans weren't happy. Peter Goff was. Left-hand side they come now. The Tigers through Murray. He's 3 short of the halfway line on final play. Royceau will come right out as dummy half. Olatu Fainu to put the high kick up midfield as well. Braden Burns is waiting for it. 19 away from his own line. And he just sort of plays chicken with a couple of the Tigers players before taking on the line and takes the tackle 25 away. With 24 to go, we're 16 all, Louis. Did you have water in your mouth? Sorry, I wasn't even looking. Well done, Louis. John Gibbs will be delighted with that one. Sorry, I didn't even look. Sorry, I should have looked first. As the Cowboys get up towards halfway, they go to the right-hand side through Dearden, keeping it alive for Valamai. And Valamai comes back into the middle before he takes the tackle. 5 inside Tigers territory, getting up and playing it in centre field. I hope you're not choking to death there. Left-hand side they go. Taumalolo, one off the ruck, strong carry, and he's brought to ground with some good post-contact metres, 31 away from the line. Carl Lawton, dummy half, comes to the right-hand side for Dearden now, gets it away to Harrison Edwards. 20 away from the Tigers line, final play, 23 to go, 16 all. Right for Dearden, short side, close to the line. Bateman gets an offload away. Touched by Api Koroisau on the ground. It's a double knock on. Carl Lawton knocks on, and then Api Koroisau. So the Tigers will get a change over. 13 metres away from their own line with 23 to go. 16 all. Louis, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good now. And I didn't get a real good look at that late offload there of Carl Lawton jumping down on that ball and getting a knock on, because I was watching the body language of Drinkwater and Bateman. They were clapping as if they got the ball back. So, but not to be. He come to West Tiger the other own end.
I think Lawton maybe tried to pick it up and then lost it just before Koroisau dived on it. and lost it as well. Here's Gerald Skelton, 15 away from his line. Sebi says the boys might get the Tigers to the finals. Terrell May and Taylor May. The Tigers, plenty of brothers in this side. Of course, the Finus as well. 5 brothers from 2 different families. They come to the left now through Luai. Gets it away to Buller. 33 away from his line. 12 in from the eastern touchline. 16 all. Quick play the ball. Luai goes short. Here is Taylor May, and now one of the other brothers, Samuela Finu. Strong carry. Had the arm free, but no one to get the offload away. Final play. 10 inside Cowboys territory. First receiver is Luai. Puts the high kick up in the air. Coming forward is Drinkwater. Takes it well. Good tackle, Latu Finu. And then coming over the top, Terrell May. 9 away from the line. Drinkwater's put on his back. They go to the left-hand side, trying to find a way from their own end here. The North Queensland Cowboys. Braden Burns takes the tackle. 15 away from his line. Now Purdue scoots out a dummy half and makes it about 25 out. He'll quickly play the ball. Nane's at dummy half. Righty goes for Burns again. The winger's doing some strong carries here. 35 away from his own line. As Luke Lewis was talking about, the 35-metre line looking resplendent today. He has played there. Left-hand side they come for Jake Clifford. Good run from Clifford. Halfway line, he'll play it final play. Right for Dearden. Kicking downfield, it's a deeper one. Taruva has to run across, take it on the full 9 away from the goal line, and he'll be able to return it back towards the western touchline. Changes direction for Gerald Skelton. He'll be tackled pretty much in front of John Gibbs with a score at 16 all, 21 to go.
Well, you don't see that very often. That was 2 wingers combining, Taruva and Skelton. Here's Taruva with another run. The crowd's a beauty, and they're going to start hollering very shortly if nothing changes in this game. 16,055.
Thank you, Gibbsy. Great crowd here on a Sunday Arvo Leichhardt as Brent Naden gets up slowly and plays at 9:29 away from the line. Charlie Murray goes left for Luai. Great ball for Buller to split the line left-hand side. He'll isolate the fullback, and he had a player on each side. Decides to go back in the middle of Jerome Luai. Scores under the sticks, and Jerome Luai will put the Tigers ahead once again. 20 points to 16. They celebrate in front of the Keith Barnes stand, where the heroes of 2005 are gathered, and the West Tigers are back in front with a quarter of this game to go.
Yeah, great little shift coming out of their own end over to that left edge. Jerome Luai just plays it at the back, goes right into the line, and gives the ball to Dream Buller. Just shows a heap of speed, and he's got May on his outside, and you've got Luai back on his inside. Goes to the 150 gamer. He gets his 150th game today in the NRL. Scores his first try for the West Tigers, and under the black dot, and in front of the Keith Barnes stand. So what a way for Jerome Luai's 150th to unfold so far.
26th try of his career, but first in orange and black touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, and that's further evidence of the planets aligning, because it was a great play there. He could have gone to May on the outside, but he was in a better position, Luai, on the inside. It's been 20 games since he scored a try, so he's been in fine touch. I thought he was very good last week against Manly, and today he's been outstanding again tonight, particularly as he lost Adam Dewey. So good news here for the big crowd. They've got plenty to cheer about.
Made his debut back in May 2018 for the Panthers against Newcastle, and geez, his kicking's been good the last few weeks as well, with his forced dropouts and 5 try assists in his last 7 games. He's got one for himself this afternoon, has Jerome Luai, and this means Adi Karoyasau can add the extras from bang in front at the southern end. 19 minutes to go, and a hush falls over Leichhardt Oval as they await for Adi Karoyasau to add the extras from right in front. 0467 920 222. Hope the Tigers win so I don't have to cry myself to sleep again tonight, says John from Oatley. Thank you, John. Hopefully you're not crying yourself to sleep tonight, for your sake anyway. The West Tigers are leading 20 points to 16 at this stage, and Abdi Karoyasau is taking plenty of time right in front here to add the extras. Still making sure he makes no mistakes here. Karoyasau is none from one so far. He slams this one over the black dot. Makes no no mistake. 22 points to 16. Cowboys off-season strategy simple. Day 1, tackling practice. Day 2, tackling practice. Day 3, tackling practice. Day 4, discipline. Day 5, back to tackling practice. Repeat for 4 months, says Nigel from Cairns. Thank you very much for that, Nigel. Filthy Phil is listening. Roamy's first try for the Tigers. You beautiful human. Thanks, Filthy. And Phil in Mudgee says, hey, Glenn, Johnsy and Louie, the Philly in 18 is doing a great job. Thank you very much. Andrew, better get well soon. Enjoying the call and game, hoping for a Tigers win. I'm going okay. Surgery in October. Great call. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, we're thinking about you as well, Phil. Thank you for your text message. Australia 2 for 383 in the 15th over. 383. Travis Head made 142. Mitch Marsh 100 in Mackay in that third one-day international against South Africa. Absolutely teeing off the Australians against the Proteas, and you can listen to that one on the cricket button on ABC Sport as the Tigers first up after points have it through Taruva 25 away. A bit of afters with the first receiver Carl Lawton, and the Tigers next play had the ball through Fanua Bole 30 away from the line. They continue open side right. Charlie Murray has the ball about 13 short of halfway. Croesau comes left out of dummy half on this occasion, and they're about 4 metres, 5 metres short of halfway on the final play as Bole gets up and plays it for Croesau, right for Latu Fainu. Latu Fainu puts the high kick up midfield again. Drinkwater comes a long way forward, bounces horribly, picked up by Brent Naden, scores! It's West Tigers afternoon. Scott Drinkwater watched it bounce in front of him and then straight over his shoulder. There were Cowboys players around him, but they were all flat-footed. Brent Naden wasn't. He was flying through. Brent Naden picks it up on the first bounce, scores underneath the sticks. And the West Tigers flying now. His 7th game of the season. First try, 22 points to 16. Make it 26 points to 16 now with a kick to come.
He couldn't believe it, Brent Naden. He's been sprinting downfield all afternoon after these kick chases. He pulls up a bit because he knows the ball is going to bounce, hoping that it goes his way. And then it comes a bit of a one-on-one there with Braden Burns, and he couldn't believe his luck. He puts his hands up, sticks to him, and scores under the post. That's a beautiful try. Great kick and a really good set after points there from the West Tigers.
A late inclusion for Stafford Toa after his shoulder injury last week, and Gibbsy, they are up and about now.
Oh, they certainly are. And that was a kick that should have been diffused. It landed in no man's land. Let's give the credit there to Latu Fainu. It was a fine kick, and up it went. Drinkwater watches it bounce. They got a very lovely bounce indeed. Brent Naden, who's over. So that's 2 in a row. So they're going well now. They've got to keep it going. This 16,000 plus crowd will keep them going surely.
Yeah, 16 and a half minutes to go. This will be a 12-point ball game here for Croesau. And could it be, John Gibbs, the first time since 2018, rounds 4 to 6, that they make it 3 in a row at their 18th attempt?
Well, they're looking good. And also 4 in a row at Leichhardt since 2009-11. So it's been an eternity. They've had lots of tries. The good news is Croesau's got them right next to the post.
And he's making it easy for himself here. Straight in front, Croesau adds the extras. He's 2 from 3 this afternoon. Adam Dewey was, of course, taken off early in the game with that pretty nasty HIA after getting smashed by Jason Taumalola and taken to hospital as well for possible facial fractures. So our thoughts are with Adam Dewey. 0467 920 222. We're only about 2 May brothers short of winning the comp. Go the Tigers. Yeah, thank you very much. 0467 920 222. 48th over, 47th over, I beg your pardon. Australia 2 for 392 against the Proteas in Mackay. They are absolutely having a field day. 4th quarter in the AFL. Fremantle 102 leading the Western Bulldogs 71 as the Tigers have the ball about 17 away from their own goal line, 20 in from the eastern touchline. They come back through the middle with Taruva. Sunia Taruva has it 24 away from the line. He plays it for Croesau. It comes back open side right, and the West Tigers 33 metres away from their line now, getting up and playing at his volley. Quickly out of dummy half, Royce out. Lost cold by Latu Fino. It's the first mistake they've made for a long, long time here, the Tigers. And the Cowboys, fortuitously for them, they're desperate for the ball in their hands. They do get a scrum. 10 inside Tigers territory with just under 16 to go, and the Tigers leading 28-16.
Yeah, the Tigers had them shot down this short edge there. There was a 4-on-3 opportunity. There was a fair bit of space around too. They got a little bit excited there. Fano just couldn't hold the ball in, and he's filthy on himself. But give the field position back to the Cowboys. They'll get a good opportunity here.
Cameron Green has 97 on 44, 5 4s and 7 6s.
Is that all?
Absolutely, yeah. You could do better, Louis. In the Kai, it's probably 50-metre boundaries. No, it's a sensational effort. I couldn't do it. As John Bateman plays it 10 inside Tigers territory. Jordan McLean back on the field, and he will take the tackle 30 metres away from the Tigers line, make it about 27 after going to ground, following the tackle of Tony Suka and Fanoa Boulay. Now they give away 6 again here, the Tigers. So the Cowboys may find their way back into this one. Harrison Edwards has it 18 away from the line. He'll get up and play it for Lawton. Wants them off quicker. Left-hand side, Tamalolo. Now Clifford draws in the defenders. Doesn't pass to Purdue. Takes the tackle 8 away from the line at the northern end. 20 in from the western touchline. Tigers out by 12. Here's Lawton, dummy half. Takes a few steps, then gets it away to Drinkwater. Edwards back towards the posts. Harrison Edwards is 3 away, right underneath the black dot at that northern end. Lawton will come right out of dummy half for Dearden. Keeps it alive for Drinkwater. Changes direction. Back towards the line. Scott Drinkwater, and they scramble well, the Tigers, to bring him down centimetres away from the line. He saw an opening. It closed just quickly enough. They come right, short, Dearden, Vilea, and now over to Valamai, scores in the corner. The Cowboys are back on the board. Really good and very quick movement down that right-hand side. Vilea linking up with Valamai, who has a double. 28 points to 20 with a kick to come from the eastern touchline. 14 minutes to go. Louis, you said there'd be points.
Yeah, there'll be some points, but Valamai, he gets a nice pass over the top, doesn't he? He just has to get the ball down and gets the Cowboys sort of back in the game. Still 9 and a bit minutes on the clock. It's a big kick here. It can still be done. They'll get a lot of confidence out of that try there, North Queensland. So interesting, 13 minutes ahead.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
I'll tell you what's amazing is that the 16,055, there must be 55 maximum Cowboy supporters, because when they score, there's deathly silence. Seriously, it's like you're at a funeral, but here comes Drinkwater.
It was incredible silence, wasn't it? Drinkwater moves in from the touchline. The touch judges follow it round. It's over the black dot. Beautifully curled around. Had a lovely bit of draw on it. And they add the extras, the Cowboys. It means it's a 6-point ball game. 28-22. We'll be off to extra time again. What a game on Friday night. Are we going there again, Louis?
Can they do what the Tigers just done? Score a try, then back up the very next set. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's that you can see that the North Queensland, they're starting to get a little bit of confidence back in that jersey right now in the last 4 or 5 minutes. But I feel like the Tigers, they're slowly looking at the scoreboard. So it could be a long 13 minutes here for the Tigers.
Cameron Green's got his ton of 47 balls. Alex Carey's unbeaten on 42. Australia 2 for 404 in the 48th over. That's going to be a reasonable run chase for South Africa. AFL fourth quarter, Fremantle 102, Bulldogs 78. Short-ish kickoff. Dearden takes it 15 out from his own goal line, then sends McLean away. Takes the tackle 21 away centre field, and now Lawton will come left out of dummy half for Tamalolo. Gets it away to Clifford, and then Braden Burns scooting back towards the inside. Takes the tackle 19 away from the western touchline, 29 away from his goal line. Lawton out of dummy half for Tamalolo. Strong run from Big JT. He's 10 short of the halfway line, 22 in from this western touchline. Right in front of our commentary box. Cotter gets it away to Dearden. On it goes for Drinkwater. Gets away from Luai. Links up with Vilea. And Vilea takes the tackle 10 inside Tigers territory. Valamai dummy half comes left for Dearden. On it goes to Bateman. John Bateman goes to the line. Gets the booze. Gets the offload away to McLean. Then gets the flick pass away to Clifford. And Jake Clifford takes the tackle 27 away from the line. Final play for the Cowboys. They come short. Good ball for Braden Burns, close to the touchline. Oh, great defending Jareem Buller comes across, but Braden Burns might have rolled out of the tackle and slammed the ball down. He did. And what about that? They have gone coast to coast, Louis. 2 tries back to back, and it's 28-26. Jareem Buller did so well to get across there, but Braden Burns does just enough to roll out and slam the ball down.
Yeah, they do a good job in North Queensland. I would like to see the replay again. Just is it a double movement or is it not? But beautiful little ball here from Drinkwater, flying down that sideline, tackled, ball carrying arm still in the air. I think he still has the chance to roll this over and put it down. This view here is going to show us nice footwork, good contact.
Buller falls off and Latu Fainu comes across to help out.
That is a beautiful try, great finish.
Rolls across, keeps the arm off the ground, slams it on the white line, and John Gibbs, we're in for a grandstand finish.
We are, and I've just had to move the chair because Scott Drinkwater is just in front of me, so I'll be a little bit quieter. We're in for a grandstand finish, right? Great effort there by Latu Fainu, but Braden Burns, who is a real try scorer, he's got over for a very important one. And just on Golden Point, we've spoken about clamps aligning. These two teams have only played Golden Point once previously, and that was a win in 2019 to the West Tigers. You know who kicked the field goal? Benji Marshall.
Quite incredible, Gibbsy. It's almost like it's meant to be. Scott Drinkwater moves in and strikes this one and likes it. The touchies flags go up. We're locked at 28 all with 10.5 to go. And Braden Burns has scored a double. He's scored in his last 4 games. Quite incredible that we are locked up again at 28 all. Australia 2 for 411 in the 49th over. Cam Green 107 off 51. Alex Carey has 42. And now it looks like Latu Fainu is going to get taken off here for an HIA. That was heavy contact on the ground there after trying to stop that try for Braden Burns. So it means that Sioni's brother is coming back onto the field. 06792022. That's an AFL one. We'll go to the cricket when the footy's finished. No, we'll stay here. You can listen to that on the ABC Listen app, Dave. Thank you for your text. And apologies, it's Dave in Watangara, not Watangara. I've been calling it Watangara, and Dennis Carnahan, a proud Canberran, has put me right. So, Dave, I'm very sorry for that. Thank you for your text messages. The Cowboys get the ball back through Jordan McLean, 12 away from his own goal line, and takes the tackle about 16 away now after the tackle of Fanua Bole over the top. They'll play the ball and come back open side left through Jason Taumalolo. Dummies goes himself. Taumalolo makes it up over the 20-metre line. He's brought the ground 27 away. 10 minutes to go at Leichhardt. All square, 28 all. Ruben Cotter will take the tackle about 11 short of halfway centre field after the tackle of May and Bole. Left-hand side for Clifford. Out the back for Drinkwater. Dummies gets through the line. Scott Drinkwater, he's got players on his left. Purdue's there, so too Burns. Purdue won't need Burns. Purdue scores in the corner. He goes ahead for the Cowboys, 28 points to 32. Jackson Purdue, they had 3 on the left-hand side on 1. And the West Tigers, after leading by 12, have been absolutely shell-shocked here. The Cowboys are in front, 32-28, kick to come.
Yeah, well, you could sort of see it after that try there from Velamai from over that right edge. There was a bit of, I don't know how you can sort of say. You can see the confidence just go down. They were looking at the clock, the West Tigers. And then all of a sudden back, they go up the other end. Braden Burns scores. The nice shift to the edges. And then here, the exact same setup. They come over to the middle. They look at this left side. It was Clifford, threatening all the time. Drinkwater breaking through. And then Purdue, he's got so much speed. You give him the ball, he's in open space. Very hard to catch. Great try. And they're full of confidence, this North Queensland side at the moment.
14th try this season. He scored against the Tigers in round 13. And Gibbsy, you've had to get out of the way again.
Yeah, and he's lining it up just on the same blade of grass. So what an incredible finish we've got to this game. But Scott Drinkwater, he's done some really fine things the last 5 minutes. And he knew Purdue was the fastest player on the field, gave him the ball. And here he goes trying to add the extras.
Tigers fans can't look. Scott Drinkwater on the left boot. A metre in from the touchline. It looks okay. It looks okay. He's nailed it, says Ralph Tucker. And he has done exactly that. 34 points to 28. The North Queensland Cowboys looking to break a 3-game losing streak. The last time they won, it was 38-32 against the Dragons. So they don't mind being involved in high-scoring games. 0467920222. Yeah, this texter from Gosford. So you're telling me there's a chance of the Cowboys coming back. Thank you for that text message. I love Gibbsy's snooker commentator's voice during the conversion, says Neil. Thank you very much for that text message as well. What a great scene. The Wayne Pearce Hill packed and going off, says Tiger Shane. Gary from Townsville enjoying the calls, listening from the cab of my cane train. Cowboys fan hoping they can come back. Such is life. Well, no, I think they've come back now, that's for sure. 38-24, a lot can happen in a few minutes. They go short-ish here, the Tigers. It goes to the 30-metre line. It might have been off Braden Burns and gone forward to Scott Drinkwater, but no, they've said that it was the Tigers' touch, and the Cowboys can continue. Drinkwater plays it. One off the ruck, right goes Braden Burns, and Burns is 3 metres short of the halfway line. They come again here, the Cowboys leading by 6, 7.5 to go. Jason Taumalolo is on the charge. Don't adjust your dials. John Gibbs, Luke Lewis, Glenn Lauder on ABC Sport. What a finish we've got at Leichhardt. Lawton dummy half. Righty goes for Connor. Then it goes to John Bateman. Bateman's held up in the tackle, about 27 away from the line. He makes a couple of post-contact metres as well. 19 in from the eastern touchline. Left to Deard, now to dummy half they go. Now Clifford, dummies, and then takes the tackle of Brent Naden, 20 away from the line. Final play for the Cowboys. They're up by 6. Purdue at dummy half. Drinkwater goes to the skies. Buller can't handle it in the in goal, and it goes over the dead ball line. But it's knocks it dead down over a Cowboys player, and it'll be a 20-metre restart for the West Tigers. Jeremiah Nene probably didn't need to put a hand on that. It means the Tigers go from a goal line dropout to a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, it didn't matter which way, because I reckon Buller would have caught it in goal, would have been a 20-metre restart anyway, so he was better off having a crack, but it didn't work out the way he wanted it to.
So the Tigers have it 30 metres away from their line. One off the ruck, right-hand side, there goes Skelton. Skelton plays the ball 11 short of halfway. Charlie Murray's at dummy half. Left for Sione Fainu. Now here's Samuela. Samuela's on the halfway line. Quick play the ball. Murray left-hand side out of dummy half. Luai. Back on the inside, Murray, and then Terrell May. Flick pass out the back for Sione Fainu. Now here's Jerome Luai again. They're trying to come up with something here, the Tigers. Karoyasau's out. Right, and now they lose the ball through Tony Suka. The Cowboys will get a scrum feat, 32 away from their line, 34 points to 28, less than 6 to go. The Tigers starting to throw it round a bit here, Louis.
Yeah, well, the scoreboard pressure now is that they're behind, and they haven't got a heap of time on their side to get this win, but they're still got it, 6 minutes basically on the clock. They've got 3 sets with the ball, but they've got to force an error here from the North Queensland Cowboys with their defence.
They have the scrum 32 metres away from their line with 5.5 to go, the Cowboys. They're looking to close this one out now after losing their last 3. Viliami Vialia plays at 10 short of halfway. Left-hand side, one off the ruck comes Valamai. He takes the tackle a metre away from the halfway line. Lawton waiting at dummy half. 34-28, 5 to go. Jordan McLean with the carry 10 metres inside Tigers territory. They get up and tackle, play the ball up to the tackle of Sukar. Charlie Murray was in there as well. Lawton dummy half goes right. Linking up with Taumalolo, 30 away from the Tigers line now. They've got the momentum here, the Cowboys. Dearden takes it to the line. Dummies, goes himself. Luai over the top, brings him down with Samuela Fainu down low. Final play, they're 17 away. Drinkwater, short right-hand side for Bateman. Looking for an offload, can't find one. Final play, changeover. Tigers 5 metres away from their own goal line with 4.5 to go. The Cowboys leading 34-28, touchline, John Gibbs.
John Bateman there endearing himself to the crowd by hanging onto it and saying it was a little bit hurt, but they're pinned down their own end. Something else that's incredible between these two teams, this is the 48th clash, and if the Cowboys hold hold their lead. They get a penalty, a much-needed one. If the Cowboys do hold their lead, it will be 24 apiece from their 48 games. So what a rivalry.
Geez, Jordan McLean is disappointed with himself there. He gives them a piggyback penalty for a high shot on Alex Twal, and the Tigers will be able to kick for touch 12 metres away from their own goal line. That is a really difficult one for Todd Payton to take, because the Cowboys were looking to box the Tigers down in their own end, and now the piggyback will help them find touch 30 metres, not quite 25 metres away from their own goal line. Not a great kick there from Api Koroisau, but better than where they were at least. So
Metres, they went 10 metres.
yeah, I mean 10 metres is better than nothing. It wasn't a good kick. 34-28, the Cowboys lead. Less than 4 to go. Koroisau has it in the middle now. He goes right, and ultimately the Tigers will take the tackle 12 short of the halfway line through Xiaomi Mi. They come back left. Here's Luai, goes to Koroisau. Out the back, Buller, numbers left-hand side if they can use them. Taylor May gets it away to Taruva. Still going now, put to ground 13 inside Cowboys territory. He's slow to get up. Ruben Cotter was over the top of him. They come long open side right for Luai. Dummies, then gets it away to Murray, and then on it goes to Koroisau as Clifford gets the one-on-one strip, but he knocks it on in the process.
Pulling it that way.
Jake Clifford's blowing up at the touch judge, but the referee got that 100% right. Even though Jake Clifford was facing his own in goal, he strips it backwards, which in that motion goes towards his goal line. So the Tigers will get a scrum feed. 10 inside Cowboys territory, 3 to go. 34 points to 28, the Cowboys lead. Australia's made 2 for 431 off their 50
that's not a knock
overs.
on. He didn't, when he grabbed that didn't go on the ground and roll towards him. He grabbed it and held it in.
Jake Clifford.
That was a wrong call.
Didn't touch the ground. Okay, and now they lose the ball from the scrum, so justice has prevailed. Ruben Cotter picks it up for the Cowboys. So maybe after all of that, the Cowboys didn't have a challenge, so Jake Clifford couldn't go upstairs. But it looks like the Cowboys and the footy gods have shined on them. So Semi Valamai has it for the Cowboys now. 3 metres inside Tigers territory. 20 in from the eastern touchline. There's 2.5 to go. Jordan McLean has the ball, 10 inside the Tigers half. They lead 34-28, the Cowboys. They've lost their last 3. Can they pretty much, well, they will end the Tigers' finals hopes if they weren't ended already with victory here this afternoon. Jason Taumalolo is 31 out. Carl Lawton, dummy half, goes right for Dearden. On it goes for Drinkwater, back on the inside, Bateman. Bounces away from a couple, and then he's wrapped up by Sione Fainu. 30 away from the line, centre field. Quick play the ball. Lawton scoots out of dummy half. Gets it away to Clifford. Nane has Purdue close to the touchline, so he has to go to ground so he doesn't get dragged over. Less than 2 to go now. The Cowboys will just look to see their sets out. This is the final play. Drinkwater just takes it towards the line and then takes the tackle. It means the play the ball's 5 metres away from the goal line instead of 10. It's a game of metres here in the final stages, Louis, with less than 2 to go.
Yeah, correct. They didn't want to come up with a 7-tackle set, but because they were scuffing around, they give away a penalty. They don't need a big kick-up fieldy though, Glenn.
Just dumb. Jeremiah Nane and Jake Clifford were slowing it down. The kick for touch is better than the last one. It finds touch 10 metres away from the halfway line. Todd Payton is blowing up in the box near us, and Brent Naden takes the tap and he goes left-hand side for Tony Sukkar.
Isn't it funny though, the way this game's going, it just feels like an extra time side the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points in it. If the Tigers score here with 1:20 to go, we'll probably be going to extras. They play the ball through Twal. Murray's at dummy half. Left-hand side, Sione Fainu. Then Luai back on the inside for Samuela Fainu. Gets a quick play the ball, 37 away on play 3. Strong run towards the middle for Terrell May. A converted try is the only thing good enough here for the Tigers. The Cowboys probably don't want to give away 6 again here either. Left-hand side, Luai, short ball, Samuela. Final play, 19 metres away. What can the Tigers come up with on the 20th anniversary? Taruva goes through, gets a pass away. Terrell May, Jerome Luai, Jeree Fuller. Oh, passes it to Ruben Cotter, and the Cowboys get the ball. 5 away from their line, 30 seconds to go. The Cowboys, unless a catastrophe occurs, will get home 34-28. But the Tigers threw the ball around, desperately trying to find a converted try and send it to extra time. Jordan McLean, surprise, surprise, is taking a long time to get up and play the ball. They go to the right. Semi Valamai takes the tackle. There's 10 seconds left, and Jason Taumalolo will be held up in the tackle, 24 away. 5 seconds to go. They'll have to play the ball, and it is Braden Burns who will take the last hit up of the game, and the North Queensland Cowboys snap a 3-game losing streak. The West Tigers looked in control midway through the second half. They lost Adam Dewey to an HIA in the first half. They scored 2 tries after half-time, Jerome Luai and Brent Naden within 2 minutes. But 4 minutes later, Semi Valamai and Braden Burns got the Cowboys back, and they held on, Louis, 34-28. What a classic at Leichhardt.
Yeah, it was a classic. It was the Tigers were really, really good, especially in the first half. And then the Cowboys, they come back, and then, I don't know, it was back and forth, but I just felt like there was always something brewing. It felt like the Tigers had slowly just started to switch off about 20 to go, and then that try to North Queensland over in that right corner to Valamay, I think it was, who scored it, and then all of a sudden it was a momentum shift, and North Queensland just believed, and they got the job done. Some really good football shown. But I'll tell you what the difference was for me. The very first part where North Queensland were dominating early, Taumalolo comes back on the second half, gets them back on the front foot again. Taumalolo had a really good game this afternoon.
Made a really big difference in his second stint in that second half. John Gibbs will get some reaction soon. We probably won't have time for too many interviews because the NRLW game between the West Tigers and the Cowboys is about 10 minutes away. Louis will get your ABC Player of the Year points in just a few moments as well. But yeah, Jason Taumalolo in that second half was really good for the Cowboys. Important second stint that just got them rolling again in that second half as we just wait for some immediate reaction. I'm just looking at the stats, but they're not loading at this stage. Let's get down to Gibbsy.
Yeah, Tommy Dearden, great victory. A raucous crowd here. There wasn't many of you supporting. You knew who had the ball. You knew when John Bateman had the ball. Great comeback, though. You must be proud of your troops.
Yeah, it is. I think the last couple of weeks we just wanted to really fight hard for each other, and thought we did that tonight, and dealt with a few different momentum swings, and that's going to happen when you're playing in an environment like Leichhardt. And I just thought the way we fought back, it's impressive, and it's always good to get a win down here.
Yeah, 16-10 down at half-time. Todd Payton would have obviously been calm. A member of the West Tigers Victoria's side. They're having their 20-year anniversary over the Cowboys, but calm at half-time?
Yeah, we were pretty calm. I think we were really going after our footy, and we sort of made a few errors, but we felt like we had them on the ropes there, and we just wanted to sort of calm it down a little bit, but still be able to play our footy. And I thought Drinky and Meyer and that, they come up with some big plays when it mattered tonight. So.
And Semi Valamay, he's come up with a big tackle. Taylor May dispossessed the ball. Everyone seemed to stop. You're onto it. You scored the try. That was an important one because at that stage, nothing really was happening for you.
Yeah, we were just in the grind there, and it was going set for set, and Semi come up with a big tackle, and lucky the scraps landed in my hand, and that sort of swung the momentum for us. So it was a big play from Semi.
Were you aware of those boos that John Bateman was receiving every time he got the ball?
Yeah, well, I think when you play at a bit of a suburban ground like Leichhardt, the crowd, you can hear everything, and I know we knew Johnny would be copping a few boos tonight, but happy to get the win for him because I know it's a bit of a personal one for Johnny.
Well, it was a personal game for a lot of people, and 12 points down to win by 6. Great effort. You got the Broncos next week, then you have the bye to end the season. You'd like to finish strongly, and you can upset their momentum a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we spoke about. I think last week we knew our finals chances were gone, but we know there's still a lot to play for because the jersey means a lot to us, and we got a lot of fans and supporters back in Townsville and across Queensland that it means a lot to. So want to make sure that we finish strong and put in some good performances building for next year.
Tom, great performance. Thanks for joining ABC Sport.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Tom Dearden with John Gibbs. Luke Lewis, how did your ABC Player of the Year points fold out?
Well, you know what, I'm going to go Taumalolo. He played 56 minutes minutes
Yeah,
roughly.
yep.
But I thought his very first stint got North Queensland on the front foot. He was brilliant, had some really damaging carries and just got him out of their own end. And then the second stint he come back on, he got him back into the game and he was just getting them on the front foot. So he gets my 3. My 2 goes to Taylor May. I thought he was really, really good out wide for the West Tigers. And my 1 goes to Drinkwater. He set up a couple of those tries right at the end to get the win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, another great performance from Scott Drinkwater as always. And let's get back down to Gibbsy.
Well, he's disappointed. His 150th game, and they got run down at the end. Jerome, you must be devastated.
Yep, yeah, those are the right words, but yeah, that's footy sometimes, and hopefully as a team we can take a lot out of that, come together. We still got 2 more weeks of footy, and yeah, disappointed with where we're at the occasion and things like that, but that's footy. Sun comes up tomorrow, and we've got an opportunity to be better next week.
And it was a great crowd. I mean, it's wonderful playing here at Leichhardt. When they scored, you couldn't hear a sound, you could hear a pin drop, and you boys, you were getting plenty of support, just couldn't do it.
It doesn't get any better than this. Sold out, Leichhardt. Yeah, no excuse there. We felt the energy, we felt the raw. We just weren't good enough tonight, so we need to be better.
And Adam Dewey's loss was a big one. He's been in good form. Yourself and him have been performing really well together. Latu final, I know he's an able replacement, but it was a loss.
Not as much as you think. You know, we were up 2 tries without the AD, and we could have closed that one out a lot better. I thought our defence wasn't up to scratch with where we wanted it to be, so no excuses, man. Back to the drawing board and we get better next week.
I just got to ask you, I mean, poignant because the 20-year anniversary, you'd be aware of that iconic flick pass of your coach, Benji Marshall. Taylor May, right in front of him, did a beauty, which was, you know, one of the highlights.
Yeah, I think there were, plenty of highlights in this game, but yeah, we just didn't come away with the 2 points, which is most important to us and the team. So obviously a great occasion, good celebration, but yeah, we didn't come away with the 2 points.
I know you're disappointed, but your 150th, your first try for the Tigers, that's good. There's some glimmer of hope.
I think I'm just happy getting off the nudie run, bro. So the boys are giving it to me back end of the year, but good to put that one away. But I would have loved to get the win rather than the try.
Appreciate you joining us under difficult circumstances. Thank you.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from players speaking after a loss. It's good for Jerome Luai to be able to do that for us. Thank you, Jerome. Congratulations on 150 NRL games. Gibbsy and Ralphie are trying to clear the field because this NRLW game won't be too far away here at Leichhardt. The 6:15 kickoff between the Cowboys and the Wests Tigers. But yeah, Louis, a thoroughly impressive performance by the Cowboys. They started off well that first 15 minutes, and then the second 15 minutes or so, the last 15 minutes or so, they were the better team, but they had to withstand a lot of pressure through that middle period.
Yeah, better put my red button on there, Glenn. But yeah, look, I thought it was really it was the West. It was all the West Tigers. And with this crowd, it was phenomenal. And but at the start, the Cowboys got off to a great start. It took a little bit of time, and then the West Tigers finally got back into the game. And the way that they played, some of the tries that they scored out there were phenomenal, especially that Dream Buller try. Yeah. Phenomenal. Then they got off to that 2-try lead. But I actually think the 2-try lead sort of put them into a bit of a safety zone, and they just sort of went, we've got this game won. And then they just sort of took their foot off the pedal a little bit, and then all of a sudden, something didn't go their way. They got a penalty, they got upfield, North Queensland scored that try, and then they're back-to-back. Then you could still feel it. You could sort of look at the body language of West Tigers. They were looking at the scoreline, they were looking at the time clock, and I reckon that's where it all went wrong for the West Tigers. They're just not used to finishing and fighting out the whole 80 minutes, but they did a good job to get out in front. They just couldn't get back in and wrestle that momentum back when it was important. But at the end of the day, they've had a really good couple of weeks, and they put in a good performance for probably 65 minutes tonight. But besides that, it was North Queensland just too good at the right time of the game.
Yeah, we are on air for another 20 minutes or so keep the text messages coming through on 0467 920 222. John Gibbs, Luke Lewis and Glenn Lauder with you on ABC Sport. Yeah, it was interesting that period between the 59th minute and the 70th minute, 11 minutes, there were 5 tries scored. Jerome Luai and Brent Naden, as you say, Louis, looked like they put the Tigers was just about home. And then Semi Valamai, Braden Burns and Jackson Purdue with 3 tries in a 5-minute period. When you're leading a game like that by the West Tigers, it's criminal to drop the ball as badly as they did and allow 3 tries in. Benji Marshall will be really disappointed with just that lack of concentration for that very short period of the game.
Yeah, well, I think, look, I've been saying this all year. When Tigers play their best, they play a Benji Marshall type football.
Open. Yeah.
So they'll shift it to the edge. They'll get the ball to Taylor May. They'll take those easy meters. They come back. They're skipping across field. They'll play at the back. They'll ask questions on the opposite side. Last play, 4 or 5, they'll get to the middle of the field and they set up their kick. They look great when they do that. But tonight, when they got into that 2-try sort of mark a little bit ahead, they tightened up and they stopped going to the edges and playing the football that was getting them to where they were and where they needed to be. So I think it's pretty clear, like, if the West Tigers want to continue to play and win games, they've got to play like their coach used to play. Play football on every occasion, ask questions on a lot of occasions, never die wondering. And I think they'll win a lot more games than they lose. But even when they're in front, they've got to continue to do that, because that was their biggest problem tonight. The last 15 minutes, they just tightened up.
John Gibbs is back up at commentary box level. Gibbsy, that was, you mentioned that crowd and the fact that there was 16,055 and all bar 55 were West Tigers fans. It was bizarre how quickly the energy sapped in that last 10 or 15 minutes when the Cowboys scored those 3 quick tries.
Well, even when Jareem Buller almost scored a try here at the end, the ball went to Ruben Cotter. I wonder what's happened. There was no noise. There was nothing. And when the try was scored by Valamai in the northeast corner, it was incredible and making so much noise. I agree with Louis to a certain extent. They just switched off. But they switched off, Louis, when that try was scored by Tom Dearden, and it went to the video referee. And I think it was a loose carry in the end because he's just lost it, and they sort of all stopped. No one did anything. Taylor May in particular had lost the ball. He just stood there like a statue. I'm not quite sure what he was doing. But anyway, the bottom line is they haven't won 3 games in a row since 2018, and they've had 17 attempts to win 3 in a row. So, a lot of these players wouldn't have been involved, obviously, in those other ones, but that's incredible. And now the Cowboys have completely dominated, but the bottom line is they've played 48 times, they've won 24 apiece, so bring on the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. A great game of footy this evening, another high-scoring game as well. There was another big game this afternoon. I'll just get to some around-the-ground scores before we do. Full-time in the AFL, Fremantle 112, Bulldogs 96 after GWS beat St Kilda 104-93. That third one-day international, Australia made 2 for 431. Travis said 142 off 103. Mitch Marsh 100 off 106. That was slow going. And Cameron Green 118 off 55, unbeaten. The first time Australia's ever had 3 players make centuries in one-day internationals, and it means that South Africa has to chase 432 for victory. The highest ever run chase in a one-day was